Hey, everybody.
Come, chameleon.
No, you're going to have that song stuck in my head.
You come and go. What's up, everybody?
Good to see you.
I got something for 71. I bet you she can guess what it is.
Yep.
Oh, and they're putting off fireworks. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
It's a Millie cat.
It's a pissed off, afraid of the fireworks Millie cat.
Oh, poor Millie.
Hi, Kellyanne.
Hi, Kellyanne.
There's
Millie.
the very unhappy Mildred. Hi,
Yeah.
One Rose. Hi, Texas.
Hello, One Red Rose. Hey, Texas. Hey, 71.
Do you
Hello,
really,
cool
Tiny
gamer?
Squid? Loving would be easy if you come inside my dreams. Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green. Mwah. You're my lover, not my rival. Yeah, so she added a note. All right,
Hi,
we got to say
Heather.
goodbye. 71, say goodbye to your child.
Hi, Tiniest Squish.
Look, Tiniest Squish. Millie has a squishy face. It's squished. Oh, she's pissed.
Oh, she's not happy.
Okay, all right, go. Because there's fireworks, and she's scared, so. I don't know why there's fireworks. There's always fireworks in LA. They set off fireworks if someone takes a poop. Constantly. I'm like, what are we celebrating tonight? And I never know what we're celebrating in LA, but there's constant fireworks. It's the 4th of July every night here.
That's crazy.
It is. I don't understand it. Ever since I've moved here, it's been a thing. I'm like, well, who's in LA too, Tiniest Squish? Oh, the friend that sings that song? That's funny. Hey, Angie. Hey, honey, we're going to put a thing together for you and do it tomorrow on our members live. In case you were wondering. I don't have a cricket. I'm on my porch, and there's a cricket somewhere being annoying. Hopefully the fireworks scare it away, too.
Never know. That'd be good. Crickets are a pain in the butt.
Do you hear it?
Yep.
Yeah. Damn cricket. So I made coffee. I have cigarettes. I'm ready for you to scare me.
That's not scary. There's nothing scary.
I know. Well, I'm ready for you to make me nervous. Although when I was researching urban legends this morning, I know you're doing the presentation, but I wanted to look up urban legends in my area because I was curious.
No, I'm glad you did.
And I found a lake in LA. It's called Lake Elizabeth. It's supposed to be made by the devil. And if you go deep enough, you can find a tunnel to hell. That's an urban legend. And I'll show everybody a picture of the lake later.
Yeah.
Hey, OG.
Hi, OG.
Yeah, we're going to not do Temu After Dark tonight. I think we're getting a little carried away with the Temu After Dark. Hey, that guy. You know when you scare that guy with dildos every time he comes in here, then we probably should lay off the Temu After Dark for a few days.
Yes. But I thought about you when I did see something on Temu, and I'll have to tell it to you later. It's for Temu After Dark.
Did you find? No, we just started that guy. Did you find the leaf?
No, I found penis popsicle makers.
Oh, I saw those too.
Yep.
Guess what?
Did you get those?
I ordered those. So we're making bacon and penis, and we're making Kool-Aid penis popsicles.
There you go.
When they come in.
That's right.
Okay.
That works.
So Leanne is going tonight to be covering urban legends in everybody's city. I'm excited. Just they do. Every time you come in here, that guy, you're complaining about it. That they scare you. More than the urban legends.
Urban legends, yes.
Hey, Angie Brooks.
Hi,
Heather.
from the Travel Channel, so they're not terribly scary, and there's probably more urban legends that people know from their own areas, but I just got this from the Travel Channel and I thought it was really interesting.
Okay. Can I show you guys the Elizabeth Lake thing though?
Yeah, absolutely.
What I don't know what heart thing, Heather. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Hit it and see what happens. She said, "What happens if I hit this heart thing? What heart thing?"
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see it either. I've seen it when we've been on other channels though, like just watching, so I'm not sure.
Oh. Okay, can I kick it off? You've
Go
heard
ahead.
of Lake Elizabeth, Tiniest? Okay, let me share the screen. Let's see here. Okay, so I don't know if that guy's from LA too, so maybe he knows this, maybe he doesn't. But anyway, one of the urban legends here in Los Angeles is the Elizabeth Lake legend. And there's multiple urban legends in LA, as you probably can imagine. But one of the multiple Elizabeth Lake locations throughout California is said to carry an evil presence below the water surface. Elizabeth Lake, just out of Lancaster, is said to have been created by the devil, and he keeps all his pets there. The urban legend continues to state that there's a highway to hell that can be found if you swim deep into the lake. I have no idea why they think that.
No, that's interesting.
But they said that in 1880, they said there was a monster in there. I guess it was kind of like Loch Ness monster looking, because it said it had a long neck like a giraffe, and it had a bulldog head, and it was like 50 feet long, and it smelled. And then for like a century, there were sightings of it.
Weird.
Yeah, never heard of it.
No, that's weird.
Never ever heard of it. So I am going to go to Elizabeth Lake. I'm going to go check this out and see what it looks like. But anyway, there's I don't know why they took a picture of a guy swimming in it. Can you see that?
Yes.
I'm assuming that's the lake. It doesn't look like a monster. I don't know if maybe that's the devil. I don't know. But there's tons of canyons here, and there's a lot of urban legends around those. But we'll talk about those later. Some of them are
go ahead and talk about it. That's
no, I don't want to. No, I want you to talk about it. We'll talk about my stuff later. I just wanted you guys know that I have a devil lake near me.
Yeah, I don't have any really cool pictures or anything. Mine's just off the Travel Channel. So I figured I can get, if people want to tell me what state they're in, then I can read the urban legend and we can try to see if we feel like it's fact or fiction. Kind of thing.
Did you see what that guy said? He said he swam there.
Oh.
Angie, I'm not sure, honey. I think you just go back into the membership tab on the homepage, I think, and it'll help you. It'll walk you through it. I never actually canceled them. Yeah, I did. I lied. Never mind. I've canceled memberships, but I've never went in and like rejoined them after I canceled them. You're in Indiana. Do you want to start with One Red Rose?
You betcha. Let me get Indiana going here.
And let me see. When you tell me the location, I'll pick a picture out.
Okay, so it says in Indiana, follow the rules in the 100 Steps Cemetery in Brazil, Indiana. You must count as you use the steps or you will guarantee your demise, but you can't skip the steps either. The spirits will push you if you try to walk uphill in the grass.
What?
Yep.
Oh, I see it. Are you close to Brazil? Oh, Indiana? Okay, here, I'm going to put a picture up.
Okay.
Get there. So tell us about this. What does this mean? What are they saying? You have to walk into the cemetery and take 100 steps?
Basically, it's called the 100 Steps Cemetery. And you're supposed to count as you go up or down the stairs, or you'll guarantee your demise. But you can't skip the steps. Like if you're running up the stairs really fast, you can't take like 2 at a time.
Oh, I see.
And then it says, and the spirits will push you if you try to walk uphill in the grass. So if you try to skip the steps altogether, they're going to push you.
Okay, I see the steps in the background of this picture. And then on the sign, it says 100 steps.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Now, how did they come up with one of that?
I don't know. Hi, Amanda Meatfoot.
How you feeling, hun? Oh, you're about 3 hours away, One Run Rose.
Okay.
Tiny Squish says, "Oh wow, reminds me of the stairs in the forest creepy pasta." But yeah, that's cool. You can actually see the pictures. I mean,
Yeah,
the
that is cool.
steps. Does it say where that legend came from?
Nope, it does not.
And it doesn't say who started the legend or any of that?
Nope. This is just straight off the Travel Channel, so it doesn't give me a whole lot, just the story.
Oh.
So that's why I thought we could kind of talk about, do we think there's anything to this? Do we think it's fact? Could it be fiction? I don't know.
It's okay. So this cemetery is considered the most haunted cemetery in Indiana.
Really?
It's located in Cloverland. If you count 100 steps while walking to the top at exactly midnight, it says the former caretaker, who's dead, of course, will appear and share a vision of you. And it'll share a vision of your time and manner of death.
Oh, my.
So if you go to this cemetery, you wait till midnight and you walk the 100 steps and you count them. At the top, the ghost of the former caretaker will appear and show you a vision of how you die and when you die.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's crazy.
And no, Amanda Meatfoot, you did not miss Alabama. I can do Alabama.
And it says a variation to this legend is if you try and trick the caretaker and skip steps, like you said.
Yep.
It says you will be thrown to the ground by a painful blow and bear the mark of the devil. A handprint for days. You'll have a handprint on your body for days.
That's crazy.
This legend began in the late 1800s when grave robbers were busy in the area and corpses would go missing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they would steal corpses to take to medical students, like in medical schools.
Yeah. But it says the original steps are no longer there. They were damaged and old, so they replaced them. But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do we think that's real? I highly doubt you're gonna see a ghost if you get to the top, and then if you skip a step, you're gonna get a hand of the devil.
I don't think so. I don't believe that either.
Some urban legends are really far-fetched. Like when I was little, did you ever hear the Bloody Mary one?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Did you never play that?
Yes, I played it, and I swear we saw something in the mirror. But I think it was because we were kids and we just made it manifest.
Right.
Never played it again though. But was the Bloody Mary, the version of Bloody Mary that I knew was you had to go in the bathroom, stand in front of a mirror in the dark and turn around and say Bloody Mary 10 times?
Yep.
Is that the same exact thing you did?
Yep. And I never had anything happen to me.
My best friend and I did.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the same thing that we played.
Okay. All right. Do we want to do Alabama?
You bet. So in Alabama, there's a dead children's playground next to the Maple Hill Cemetery in Huntsville, where swings move on their own and abducted children may have been buried in the 1960s. And I actually did see a video on this. It was on Paranormal Caught on Camera. And they did actually show one swing on the swing set was just swinging back and forth, and all the other swings were completely still. And these people filmed it, and then they took off because it freaked them out so bad.
Yep, okay, I have a picture. I have stuff for everybody. Is that near you, Meatfoot? Oh my God! Did you see what she just said? I'm dead. She said, "I heard if you take 100 steps in Defuniak Springs at any time, a recliner will appear." A messed up recliner. All right, hold on. Let me show you a picture of this cemetery, and then maybe we can see the video.
Okay.
I'll see if it's part of this article. Okay, so that's the cemetery, Maple Hill Park, known as the Dead Children's Playground in Huntsville. It looks normal to me. Okay, it says it features a modern swing set and climbing apparatuses, but this playground isn't like others. Passers-by often say they can see the swings moving on their own volition as well as orbs. The playground is surrounded on 3 sides by limestone that form many caves in the area, giving it a shadowed appearance that tends to spooky legends. The proximity to the historic cemetery doesn't hurt either. Local teens called it the Dead Children's Playground. Oh, wow. Okay, so here's how the children who died got buried there. It says, according to legend, many children who died in Huntsville during the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic are buried there. The spirits of those children, some say, come out after dark. Oh.
That's interesting.
Let's see if we can find a video.
Yeah, I was on Paranormal Caught on Cameras where I saw it, but maybe they'll have it somewhere else.
I just hit something here. Hold on.
So big.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Let me see. What are you looking at on the screen? Because I'm not over there.
Looks like some kind of a commercial.
Okay, is it still there?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. I'm going to look up. What's it called?
The Dead Children's Cemetery.
Okay.
Or the Dead Children's Playground, I mean.
I'm going to find us a video. Okay. Haunted Huntsville, the Dead... Okay. I found something. Let's see.
Hi, Rena.
Okay, we're gonna have to mute.
Okay.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available.
Well, while we're in the mood for all things fall, October is the month of the year where things get extra spooky. And this week on Fox 54's miniseries, Haunted Huntsville, we're taking things to a place that's not traditionally scary by any means, the Maple Hill Playground. But after several paranormal sightings, locals have coined a new name for the playground, the Dead Children's Playground. Our Nixon Norman tells us more.
Maple Hill Cemetery is one of Alabama's oldest and largest cemeteries. Not only does it house the headstones of many historical figures, the cemetery, oddly enough, has a playground as well. Its name to many is the Maple Hill Playground, but to others, as morbid as it is, this is the Dead Children's Playground.
It's always been speculated that this is where the spirits of the children who are buried at Maple Hill Cemetery come to play.
A place that is no stranger to whispers.
There's also been a rumor that a serial killer had murdered a number of children and buried them in this area too. That is an urban legend. That did not happen.
And a place that is no stranger to speculated paranormal activity.
A lot of people have said they've been here and strange things happen, like the swings will swing by themselves when there's no air, no wind in this area at all.
Author and co-founder of Huntsville Ghost Walk shares the paranormal experiences of others who have dared to visit the playground after dark.
There was an incident that was told to me by 2 different people. They did not know each other. They were not here at the same time, but the story was exactly the same. What these young men told me was that they were here with some friends. It was after dark. I'm sure alcohol may have been involved. And while they were sitting on the swings, they saw come out of the side of the hill here in the rocky area, single file, 6 monks. And they walked very slowly in front of them. The monks did not look up. They did not say anything. They made no acknowledgement to the young men who were sitting here. And they kept walking slowly, silently, until they disappeared into the woods and the rocks on the other side of the park. But one of these young men had an additional story to tell me. He said that while they were here this night, the ghost of a little girl came to him. And he said she was dressed in a beautiful, elaborate dress, and he described it to me. He said the ghost of the little girl walked up to him and said, "I know who you are." So the next morning, while he was having breakfast with his parents, he described this event, described the dress that the little girl was wearing, and his mother burst into tears. She went into the next room and she brought back a photo album. And when she opened it up, there was the picture of the ghost, the little girl that he had seen wearing that same dress that he had described. It turns out that he had a sister who died before he was born, and she was just a little girl at that time. But she said to him, "I know who you are."
You may not run.
I don't know. What do you think about that? I know her hat was scaring me too. I know, Rena. What do you guys think though?
I don't know so much about like that story about the monks and that, but I know what I've seen on Paranormal Caught on Camera, where these people were videoing the swing just swinging away by itself while the others were still. So I don't know. There might be a little bit of truth to that. It's hard to tell. It'd be a place I'd love to visit.
Yeah, I am going to. Let me see if I can get a video of this actual swing.
Mm-hmm.
You said what channel? Oh wait, here we go. Dead Children's Playground in Huntsville. Paranormal Investigation. Oh, okay. Here we go. I got one of the swing.
Oh, good.
I think this is what you're talking about. Okay, we're gonna have to mute again.
Okay.
So today, me and my buddy Charles are going to a place called Dead Children's Playground.
This place is supposed to be really haunted. It's located right next to Maple Hill Cemetery. And back in the early 60s, these little kids, Emma, Megan, Kayla, Courtney, and Madison, were abducted. And a few weeks later, their bodies were found dead up at this playground.
So supposedly, like, the swings move back and forth, and it's like a really scary situation.
This place was supposed to be trying to, there was an attempt to have it shut down back in the early 2000s. And whenever the construction people went up there to demolish the land, everything stopped working. They had to bring in all new equipment to get it done. They just ended up never finishing the project.
So we're going to go there and we're going to check it out and let y'all know how that goes. We're driving past the cemetery right now. We're about to be pulling up to Dead Children's Playground. It's kind of creepy. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of graves.
Lots of bodies.
Yeah.
Lots of deceased people that no longer walk
Well,
the earth.
all right, we're almost there right now. It's on McClung and Newport. The way up is really creepy. It's like a long, just trees. It's right by the graveyard. So we just got to the park, and it's kind of sketchy because we just started walking down. And the swings, I don't know if y'all can tell, but the swings are moving just a little. And that's what it said in the Wikipedia article, that the swings would be moving if the spirits were here. And they're like barely moving.
It's a very beautiful place.
It is really beautiful. You got the rocks and stuff over there.
Creepy at the same time.
Charles is going to look for the dead baby head.
Is that the video you saw?
No, not even close. No, this was like an adult man, and he had his two kids with him, and they never even got out of the car. And this one swing was just swinging really high back and forth.
Oh, it was swinging high.
And the kids were like, "Dad, what's wrong with that swing?" And he was like, "I don't know, but we're going to go in just a minute." And it was video.
Okay, because like I've been to playgrounds before, and I've seen swings swinging just like they saw, very gently because of the wind. So I don't. Yeah. Hey, Melissa, Jade, and Rena. But do you? I don't know. I don't see any other. Let me see if I can. Let me go back out.
Mine on Paranormal Caught on Camera. That's where I saw it.
What is it called?
Paranormal Caught on Camera.
All right. Let's see.
There's so many things on that show. I don't know if you'll be able to find it or not.
I know. Did they ever look into it?
I don't
Like, did they debunk anything with that video?
know, because this is just a show that you catch stuff paranormal on camera and you send it in. Then they have experts talking about it, you know.
Yeah. All right. I'm just going to search it like that and see if it pops up. Okay. Let me see. I don't see it.
No. But
Do you see it? Well, there's an arrow pointing at that swing, but it's probably just moving a little bit.
Yeah. This one was high.
Huh.
Well, it's kind of a creepy place nonetheless.
It was what?
Creepy place.
So here's what's funny is, like, we read the urban legend and it said it was from the Spanish flu. It never, but when you listen to the locals talk, they said that there in the 1960s there were children murdered and found there.
Yeah,
but I didn't see that in them when I was
right, because that's what it says on the Travel Channel one too. That abducted children may be buried there from the.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Going back to the Amityville house. Oh, good.
Yeah, I don't see anything. I mean, I see a lot of investigations, but
Rena, that was Huntsville, Alabama.
Here, let me just play one more and let's see.
All right, hey everybody, it is nighttime, so I have a flashlight because we are headed to the Dead Children's Playground.
We have Brianna.
Yes, we have Brianna with us next to the cemetery. I don't think you can see it.
Sorry.
Okay.
I mean, I'm excited. Okay, are you ready? Wait, I want to film.
Oh Lord, there it is.
I know. It's gonna be okay, Siri. Wait, do I see anything moving? It's gonna be okay.
Here to see the swings. Something's got my leg. Something's got my leg. Something's got my leg. Just kidding. No.
If I die today, Mom, please, Daddy, please.
Look at there.
I love you.
There.
Okay, I'm not watching that one. Why were they torturing those children? And that was super annoying.
Why are they taking kids that age at nighttime trying to scare them?
Did you hear the one? They're like, please, please, I love you.
Yeah.
Any playground's going to look scary at nighttime.
Well, especially next to a cemetery.
Yeah, next to a huge cemetery. And well, it's not next to, it's in it, isn't it? Didn't they say it's in it?
Yeah. You have to go
And a
up
bunch of woods around. I know those poor kids. That was ridiculous. Okay, let's find a new playground. Let's find a new one. Give us another state, guys.
Do you want to
Heather?
hear? Do you want to hear California's what they say on here?
Yeah, let's do California.
The spirit of early 1900s actress Peg Entwistle haunts the Hollywood sign in the surrounding area. Legend has it she committed suicide by jumping off of the large H after a bad review of one of her performances. She might even try to entice hikers to keep from the sign themselves, so she tries to keep them away.
Oh. Let me see if I can find her. The starlet who haunts the Hollywood sign.
Peg Entwistle.
Okay, yeah, here it is. Peg Entwistle, the most infamous Hollywood haunting. Okay, I'm going to play this. Here we go.
90% of signs of aging are caused by the sun. La Roche-Posay Amphilio sunscreen visibly reduces the appearance of sun damage.
Los Angeles is known as the City of Angels. It's where movie magic is born and where dreams come true. But the city has a dark side, and in this case, a supernatural shadow hanging overhead. The shadow being cast by none other than one of Los Angeles' greatest landmarks, the Hollywood sign. Aside from being a monument to the home of cinema, it also just might be home to one of Tinseltown's most tragic spirits. the ghost of the actress Peg Entwistle, who seems to reappear in the area over and over again. In this video, we'll be discussing the details and numerous sightings of the alleged spirit of Hollywood's most infamous specter, Peg Entwistle. But before we get started, now's a great time to subscribe to Graveyard Shift, leave a comment, and let us know what strange phenomenon or person you'd like us to cover next. Now, let's get into the history of Hollywood and how this Tinseltown terror began. Believe it or not, the iconic Hollywood sign originally spelled out a different word, Hollywoodland. It was built in 1923, not to advertise movie making, but as publicity for a new subdivision in the Hollywood Hills area of Los Angeles. Back then, real estate was king. The original sign was even fitted with light bulbs so it shone through the night. It wasn't intended to be a landmark or even last that long. That became evident in 1939, when the sign fell into grave disrepair after all routine maintenance on the sign was halted. In 1949, the sign was given a modest repair, and the letters that spelled out land were removed, leaving just the word Hollywood. In 1978, the sign was completely renovated. 450 feet long and 50-foot high steel letters replaced the rusted originals on Mount Lee, where they stand to this day. But, much like the ship of Theseus paradox, it begs the question, does an object that has had all its parts replaced remain the same thing? In this case, perhaps it does, because although times and the pieces may have changed, one thing is still firmly a part of and connected to the sign, Peg Entwistle. Millicent Peg Entwistle moved from England to New York City in 1913 at the age of 5, along with her family. Her father, Robert Entwistle, was an actor who dreamed of a big break on the theater stages of Broadway. But tragedy struck the Entwistle family in 1922 when Robert was killed in a hit and run on Park Avenue and 72nd Street. The rest of the family was taken in by an uncle, a Broadway manager. Peg would eventually go on to follow in her late father's footsteps, pursuing a career in acting herself. Starting off in theater and Broadway, she found decent work on the stage, but yearned for more. Peg Entwistle moved from Broadway to Hollywoodland in 1932 at the height of the Great Depression. She managed to get a role in the Romney Brent play, The Mad Hopes, starring Billy Burke. The play opened to favorable reviews. Using that momentum, Peg was able to get a supporting role in her first and only movie, the RKO pre-Hays Code film, 13 Women. Now, this film was torn apart by the critics, which led to the studio tearing it apart further in the editing room. And that meant much of Peg Entwistle's screen time ended up on the cutting room floor. This all made Peg depressed and despondent, and she questioned if life was even worth living. On September 16, 1932, Peg was staying with her uncle in the Beechwood Canyon area when she told him she was going out for a walk. He was completely unaware that this would be the last time he would ever see her alive. 2 days later, on September 18th, a woman hiking on the trails found a shoe and other belongings beneath the Hollywoodland sign. She was perplexed. How could this have gotten here? Who would just leave their stuff like this? She reported the incident to police, who investigated and found Peg Entwistle's body in a ravine below the sign. Her uncle confirmed and identified the body. Police theorized that she may have been inebriated and climbed up the workman's ladder on the H of the sign before jumping to her death. A suicide note was found in her purse that read, "I am afraid. I am a coward. I am sorry for everything. If I had done this a long time ago, it would have saved a lot of pain." Signed, P.E. In a particularly cruel twist of irony, she was sent a letter from the Hollywood Playhouse a few days later, offering her a major role in a play as a woman who commits suicide. Years later, Beechwood Canyon Pass would become infamous for the many sightings of the ghostly visage of Peg Entwistle. In 1990, a couple was hiking the trail with their pet dog when it behaved oddly, whining, yelping, and laying down because of something only it was aware of. The pet's owners weren't sure what to make of it until they claimed a woman dressed in 1930s-style clothing passed right by them. She seemed disoriented to them, as though she was drunk or on drugs. That was strange enough, but they chalked it up to being in Hollywood. Perhaps the woman they saw was a performer or actress in costume. However, when they turned back to get a better look at her, she had disappeared, vanished into thin air. A similar incident occurred in the early 2000s that would go on to be covered by the Sci-Fi Channel's Paranormal Witness series. A group of 4 friends, Tina, Elaine, Brian, and Al, decided to have some fun after attending a baseball game at Dodger Stadium. The Hollywood sign area had long since been fenced off from the public, but they decided to jump it in order to touch the sign itself. They managed to make it and accomplish their mischief, but when they made their way back down, they had a strange encounter. Brian tripped and fell down the hill. Disoriented but unharmed, he made his way back up to regroup with his friends. On the way, he says he noticed a stranger approaching him on the trail. He described to Paranormal Witness what he had seen. It was a woman wearing a dress similar to the style of the 1930s. She wore heels and a veil over her face. She walked effortlessly up the hill. Her footsteps made no sound. It was only later that he learned of the tragic story of Peg Entwistle and the other sightings of the deceased actress in the area.
Hey, stop using your phone.
Okay, that's cool.
That's a good one.
Wow. All right, so we need to go there.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey,
check
is
that
that guy is it still blocked off? Can we get up there? The last time I was up that way, you still couldn't get up there. Do you know? That would be really cool if we went up there one night.
That would be very cool.
I'd get arrested though. I would jump over the fence. I always wanted to do it. I was pissed off that they blocked it off. But a lot of people died up there. There was a caretaker of that sign. Or I don't know if it was a caretaker or a guard. I can't remember the actual title of his job, but he fell off of there and died. And then I think a car went over top. So you can go anywhere with bolt cutters. But I need you to go with me. And we always say we're going to do it, and we don't do it. I can't get arrested alone.
Well, call me and I'll bail you guys out.
Getting arrested would never be fun alone.
No.
So, hey, Tattoos.
Hi, Tattoos.
Hey, Melissa. Anyone watch Black Mirror? But you can do anywhere with bolt cutters and not get arrested is the question. Right. That's what I mean. We're going to go up there one day. That would be interesting. I never heard of that lady, but wasn't that crazy? If she would have just waited, the producer sent her a letter. They wanted her to play a role of a woman who committed suicide.
Yes. Isn't that crazy?
What a coincidence.
Yeah, no doubt. Wow.
Yeah, last time, yeah, Amanda, me too. Like when I first moved here, I went up there and it was blocked off. Bella was filming here before I moved here. We would fly out here all the time. And we stayed in a mansion in the Hollywood Hills. And we could actually walk because there's a I don't know what's it. It's like it's full of water. It's like a basin there.
Uh-huh.
And you can walk the trails and they had it blocked off. I've never known it not to be.
Huh. That'd be interesting to see.
Oh, so Dunwood had said she wouldn't go up there now. They put up cameras and the ground has washed away. But there's also freaking mountain lions up there too.
Yeah, better not to go up there then.
I went to Griffith Park one evening recently.
I've heard of that. Is that scary?
No, it's beautiful. I mean, I don't know if there's any urban legends about it, but it's gorgeous. I went and there was a random coyote just walked across the front of my car.
Oh, great.
I'm like, I'm not getting out of the car now.
Yeah, I don't.
You guys need to go to San Diego. Oh, okay.
I know. I have San Diego twice.
I'll go, that guy, but every time we make plans, you're busy with your clandestine shit. We still need to break into Michael Jackson's land.
That's right. Neverland.
Yes.
Well, I've got the next one ready. I see 71 was saying Pennsylvania, and this will be interesting for you too, Christiane.
Okay, hold on. Let me get myself back over and ready with a video as you talk. Go ahead.
This is one I've never heard of. So Philadelphia's bus to nowhere is said to be a mystical bus where all the passengers are in a daze and no one speaks. The bus apparently only stops for people who have suffered a tragedy, and some say once you get on the bus, you never get off.
Oh, I got it too. When did this urban legend begin?
It doesn't say. The
Okay,
Travel
here's a
Channel doesn't give me a lot of information.
well, I can Google it, but here's a 4-minute video on it. Let's watch it.
Okay.
I have to mute. Hold on.
Cedars-Sinai Guerin Children's. Expert care made for kids.
Grandpa, when I found the bird, I prayed. God.
The city of Philadelphia is a busy one, day and night. Countless buses traverse through the city at all times with destination, pick-up and drop-off times, except for one. An urban legend tells of a bus without destination, without a display, and with no routine map path. The bus stops for no one, but there are passengers on the bus. It is said that if you are in despair and lost, you must not wait for the bus to stop and pick you up. You must chase after it. Only then the bus will slow down and stop to pick you up. Upon entering the bus, it is said that you will see a driver, but never enough details to distinguish if the driver is a man or a woman, due to the dim lights, even during day. For some reason, no matter the time, you will never see the faces of the passengers. They will always be obscured in darkness, as if light itself avoids their faces. But you will feel the mood of everyone on the bus, which is despair, sense of loss and loneliness. The passengers are people who wish to run away from the problems, running away without destination as long as it is far away as possible. When you are ready to get off the bus, you can pull the cart, and the bus will stop and let you get off from it. However, immediately after getting off, you will lose sense of time, as if you were not on the bus for minutes, but hours or years. Your memories of being on that bus will start drifting off. They will get dimmer.
Okay, I don't know. I don't believe that one.
I don't believe that one either.
Like there's a random bus just driving around at all times with people on it, and you have to run after it.
Yeah, and you're just gonna lose sense of time and whatever. I don't believe that one.
Well, how do you know what bus to start running after? Could you imagine?
Yeah, right.
Okay, maybe that's the bus of what is it? What is it called? The bus of the hopeless.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the bus of the hopeless. Let me start chasing it.
Exactly.
And then you're chasing some random bus.
Is this the bus of Hopeless? Oh shit! Sorry, I'm on the wrong one. Bye.
I guess if you would know if the people turned around and looked at you from the bus windows.
Yeah, they'd be calling you in for a psych hold or something because they
Yeah,
think you
you'd
were
be like,
nuts.
that's not the bus because I can see the people looking at me.
Exactly. No, that one's a little far-fetched.
Find us another Philly one. I don't like that one. That one was dumb.
I have the next one I have. It's not from Philly, but this is from Mississippi.
We need
This
another
is-
Philly one.
I
For
don't.
our
It
71.
doesn't give me another Philly one. It just gives me one from each state, which is kind of a sucky thing.
Oh, okay. Well, we can hold on. Let me Google one, okay? Because I
Okay.
want 71 to be happy. Hi, Wondering Sub.
Hey, Wondering Sub.
Okay, so urban legends in Pennsylvania. Okay, here 10 urban legends from Pennsylvania. The Seven Gates of Hell in York, PA. Ooh.
There you go.
All right, let's read about this. I'll share the screen. Hold on. Let me stop this stupid bus of nowhere. The bus to nowhere.
Yeah.
The bus of bullshit.
I agree.
Stupid urban legend. People running around Philadelphia chasing buses everywhere because it is. Okay, as legend goes, an insane asylum once resided in the wooded area of Hellam Township that burned down one fated night. Though many patients perished in the flames, many also escaped into the surrounding area, releasing its occupants into the surrounding area. 7 gates were built to trap the wandering inmates. The myth states that today only 1 gate is visible by day, though all 7 are visible by night, and that any person who passes through all 7 gates goes directly to hell. In reality, an insane asylum never existed in the area, and only 1 gate was ever built by a local doctor. Where do people come up with this shit?
I have no idea.
Okay, now this one's called the Green Man. What happened to him? Do you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, for the love of Pete. Let's see what's up with the Green Man. Okay, this is a true legend. This one legend that turned out to be true. Residents of South Park near Pittsburgh during the 1950s often spotted a strange figure walking around 351 at night. The figure was a man without a face who allegedly emitted a greenish glow. Locals are frightened by his shocking appearance and his nocturnal habits. The man's name was Ray Robinson. He had been severely electrocuted as a child and lost most of his facial features. That's so sad.
Oh my.
He came out only at night due to his disfigurement, though in reality he did not emit a glow of any sort. He was actually a really nice guy who would chat with anyone who approached him, though this did not prevent passersby from treating him cruelly or the community from fostering ghost stories about his misfortune. Poor man.
That's a good
Ooh, yeah, Blue Mist Road in Pittsburgh. Blue Mist Road is actually named Irwin Road, is located in the North Hill. This is like all from where I'm at. Is located in the North Hills area of Pittsburgh. A variety of urban legends populate the spooky stretch of road that is said to be shrouded in a blue mist by night. 2 lovers' headstones in an adjacent cemetery are said to touch under the full moon. An old building foundation is said to be the old home of a witch. And another house is said to be a home populated by little people who chase visitors.
Oh my.
A half dog, a half deer, a half human is also said to live in the wood. Jesus, this area is full of everything.
No kidding.
People who have traveled to Blue Mist Road in the hopes of finding these ghostly entities have mostly only found disgruntled residents. Hell, what the hell? Little people come out of their houses and chase you.
Is it like on Munchkin Land or something?
I don't
Wizard of
freaking
Oz?
know. But here's one in PA. It was a cemetery, and I visited it all the time. We would go when we were drunk, and it was a town that was involved in a flood, and it stayed flooded for like 100 years, and all you could see was of the town left over was the steeple of the church, the town church.
Creepy. That's creepy.
Yeah, still sticking out of the water, and you could see it as clear as day. And then there was a cemetery, and I'm telling you, that place was so haunted, and I can't remember the name of it.
Scary.
So let me Google that for you, so I can. You guys would be blown away. Let me see.
Yeah, that one sounds scary. The one for Mississippi isn't too bad either. It's actually got a little more information about it.
Okay, yeah, do Mississippi while I look up the flooded town in near Pittsburgh. Go ahead.
Now, I hope I pronounced this river correctly. So if I don't, somebody please correct me. But it says, just ignore that song coming from the Pascagoula River. It's a jealous siren who has been luring people into the water since Catholic missionaries arrived in the 17th century.
What is it?
It's a
Someone's
siren.
in the water?
It's a siren, you know, like the sirens on the ships, not siren like the siren you're thinking of.
Yeah, I wouldn't think sirens in Mississippi whistling
No.
at people.
Yeah, the
I would hope
siren
not.
apparently has been singing since Catholic missionaries arrived in the 17th century. So I don't know. That's a weird one. I don't really think there's a siren that sits out there and sings, but it's kind of interesting nonetheless.
That just hit me. Is that why his name is Siren?
Could
Because he
be.
sings?
It makes me wonder.
Oh my God, guys, we just cracked a YouTube case. We figured out why Siren's name is Siren. Because the Siren's
Yep.
a singer.
Yep.
Oh, for the love of Pete, we're geniuses.
Yep.
Oh, we cracked your secret, Siren.
Did you find that?
Yeah, Livermore. Oh man, that guy can go wrong. Yeah. Sirens freak me out too, wondering sub. Okay, so this is called Livermore, and it was about 10 minutes from, maybe a little longer, about 20 minutes from my house. And it was a flooded town. So I am going to just read a little bit about it first, then I'll show you a video. But we
Okay.
used to go there drunk when we were in high school and look for ghosts. And I'm telling you, I ran out of there screaming every time. So let me share the screen. I got to stop this.
Okay, let me mute.
You don't have to mute. I'm not showing the video.
Oh,
yet.
okay.
I'll
Okay.
tell you about it first.
So it's pretty scary.
Oh, it was terrifying. I wish I took pictures when I was there, but it was like on an actual camera.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
no longer have the pictures. But anyway, it was a really bad flood and it destroyed the town, and the town was small. It had 8 homes, 4 properties, 3 barns, 2 garages, and stocks of general stores, and it had a church. I don't know why it doesn't say it on here, but it did, because you can see the steeple to this day sticking up from out of the water. And here, this gives you more idea. And a lot of people that live in Pittsburgh don't even know about this. But let me get down here and I'll tell you. I have to read it. So here it is. This is the bridge I was on. So if you go sit on this bridge, can you see the bridge? Because I can't see what you can see.
Yep.
So we would get drunk and come out here. So we would come out on this bridge, and this is the water where you could still see the church steeple.
That is so weird.
Yeah. And I mean, you can go, it's an attraction area. You can go and look at it. So, okay, so it was a dam, and I guess the dam broke and it covered the town.
Oh, wow.
So, and a lot of people died. But it says Livermore has become a memory, but sometimes, however, when the water recedes, you can spot glimpses of the former canal. So you had to go out when the water was a certain level, and you could still, that's when you could see it.
How weird.
Yeah, and this is where we go. Now let me get a haunting video for you of it. Hopefully it shows you. Hold on. I gotta get there. Okay. And there's a cemetery right there too. Yeah, I think the cemetery had the townspeople that died in it. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. Haunted Livermore, PA. Hopefully there's a good YouTube video. Haunted Town, Livermore. Okay, I think this might be a good one. So I will, hold on. Okay, we're going to mute.
Okay.
It's a big day for chips, hence the big air fryer.
We've got an air fryer!
Oh, check out these spicy birds. Look at those little dots. Those are spice dots. Are we making boxes? A box of birds for just $5.49? Jack, you crazy.
Where we think was once Livermore, PA. We're not sure where it was, but we know it was in this area, maybe under the water, maybe up on the flat down here. You can see the old railroad grade up here. You can see that in the map, and the town sat right beneath the old railroad grade that we walked in on. To its exact location, we're not 100% sure, but we didn't find any remains of anything that might have showed a city at one time. So what's the story here? There was a witch.
There was a witch that lived in town, and the people burned her to death because of that. And she cursed them that the anniversary of the year of her after her death, that the town would get wiped away somehow.
Sure enough, it did.
And it flooded twice after that, right? So they burned her. They burned her to death. So then I guess eventually in the 1950s, Army Civil Corps of Engineers made this flood control plane, and they dammed it. Which dam's this? It's not called the cemetery. I don't know. What a loser. I'm not sure. But in the 50s, they moved what was left of the town out. This is all that's left us, I guess. But I guess the rumors are up here at night. We walked in on a bike trail that used to be the railroad, and there's supposed to be phantom trains that come after you. You're supposed to hear wails and howls and all kind of things. But they say you can't come through here at night without hearing something scary. Now, the other part is the cemetery, which we passed on the road coming in. And that looks like it might be pretty hard to get to, but it's not the original site of the cemetery. It was moved in the 50s. When they flooded this area, when they moved the town out. But supposedly, at the same time, it's rumored to be the place where Night of the Living Dead was filmed. But from what I gathered, it's not. Yeah, this is supposedly illegal to come up here in private. So we're probably going to come in through the woods at night. We're not planning on causing any problems, but we don't want to get chased out either. Here it is, John B. McGuire. Private Company C7 U.S. Cavalry Indian Wars, July 18th, 1854. Today, I'm excited to get back tonight. We're already lost our way on the trail.
Yeah, that's pretty creepy.
Okay, yeah, but when I was there, you could see, I don't know when that video was taken, you could still see the steeple. That's why everybody would go out there.
Yeah.
And that I forgot to mention, I do believe that is where the first film, The Night of the Living Dead, was filmed.
It looks like it. That cemetery looks pretty much familiar. So
I'm pretty sure. I mean, that was the rumor. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I was always told, that that's where they filmed it.
Huh.
You want to do shit like that guy? We would, every time we went out there, we would hear, like one time we heard a lady scream. We would run out of there, you know, a bunch of drunk teenagers.
Yes.
Screaming every time we went up. It was terrifying. I don't know why we would do that. And then one of our friends jumped off that damn bridge into the water.
Oh my God. 71 wanted to know if anyone she wonders if anybody's ever scuba dived under the water.
Let me Google it and see. Let's see.
That guy said that the Queen Mary is officially open to visitors. That would be fun.
I went to the Queen Mary a couple times. Can you? Yeah. Can you? That guy. Do they have the hotel open now? Can you reserve and stay in it? I am. I'm googling if anybody scuba dived at Livermore, PA.
Yeah. And then I have my next story ready.
Okay. No, nobody's ever done it, it says.
There you go, 71. You can be the first one to do it.
But I mean, that's interesting that I didn't know the history where I guess it, you know, back in the day when they would do witch hunts in towns.
Yeah, crazy.
A witch that they burned at the stake cursed the town to be flooded. And it flooded not once, but 3 times that it said.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, it's super crazy. But yes, that was really right next to me. There's a bunch of videos and a lot of information on it. And there's also a paranormal investigations where they have actual footage of things that you can hear. Just look it up. It's called Livermore Cemetery and the Sunken City.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to look up that now and read about that.
It's amazing to read about. Because, I mean, I'm telling you guys, I was there. I heard shit. And it wasn't just alcohol talking.
Scary.
So,
yeah. Well, especially if you guys took off out of there. That had to be scarier than hell.
Oh, yeah. We ran out of there every night. Every night we'd run out of there. Okay.
Sweet.
Now, which city are we talking about now?
We're going to North Carolina.
Okay.
So there's a perfect circle in the woods outside Siler City, North Carolina, where grass won't grow and the soil in the center looks as it's been burned black. Some say it's the devil's tramping grounds. That's all it gives you. So
North Carolina training grounds. Devil training grounds?
Tramping grounds. The devil's tramping grounds.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can find a video here. Oh, yeah, here we go. It's in Bear Creek, North Carolina.
Okay, well, that must be close to the Siler City, I bet, if anybody knows.
Okay.
I'll mute.
Okay.
Course. There's a small circle in the woods where nothing grows, the devil's tramping ground.
People believe that the devil comes to Chatham County, and he comes at night and walks in a circle and plans all sorts of meanness and mischief.
That's Tommy Edwards, a folk musician and owner of Tommy Edwards Antiques in Pittsburgh. A Chatham County native, Edwards says he has heard stories of strange occurrences at the tramping ground his whole life.
I won't call them urban legends, I guess they're rural legends.
Edwards says both the tramping ground and legend are as old as Chatham County, which is why he wrote a song about it for his album, North Carolina, History, Mystery, Lore, and more.
There's a circle on the forest floor where nothing green will grow. No earthly science has yet explained just why this is so.
And practitioners of earthly science have puzzled over the devil's tramping ground for more than 100 years. Among the most recent is soil scientist and Chatham County resident Rich Hayes, who has run several tests on the soil chemistry of the site.
When I first investigated this site over 15 years ago and collected the data, I was theorizing that there was some natural cause that would have done that.
Hayes tested soil from inside the circle and soil from just outside, looking in the circle for elevated levels of salt or copper, both of which can be toxic to plants.
What we found out here last time was that we did have some elevated readings of certain things inside here, but none of the readings, none of the data we got showed us that plants could not live there.
In fact, Hayes says his visits to the Devil's Tramping Ground raised more.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to shut it off.
It's off.
I can still hear it though.
Oh,
Can you
that's
hear
weird.
it?
No.
Oh my God, I'm playing all kinds of shit over here. Can you hear that?
No. Hi, Ginger.
Maybe it's just me that can hear everything. There's a circle in the forest.
I
Where
know. I was
nothing
like,
ever
oh
grows.
my God. That was pretty
He just
crazy.
did that. He did that article just to plug his album.
I think you're right.
That guy said this slaps. They scienced it, so it must be true. I'm sure that there's a reason why nothing grows there. It's probably a
Kellyanne
high
said
content.
Kellyanne lives 45 minutes away and she's never been there.
Oh, so you've heard of it, Kellyanne? We should go over. You need
Yeah.
to go and video it for us. There's a circle in the forest.
Oh my God.
Where nothing ever grows. It's green and black and juicy, and it'll get in your toes. There's a circle in the forest that Kelly will not go. She'll end up sinking middle and get eaten by a crow.
See, you can make up songs too.
I'm the new CJ.
OG Fish, that was in North Carolina.
In North
And now-
Carolina, there's a
now we've
circle in. There's a circle in the forest. Yeah, they're just sub grabbing, wondering sub.
Oh yeah, that's probably it. Sure.
Shit, I need to go there since I'm a sub grabber
That's right. Me too.
with our 13 people.
That's right. Hey, no, we're up to 15. I don't care. We're having fun. I'm having fun with it. I hope you guys are not bored half to death, but Blissful says Christiane goes bluegrass.
There's a circle in the forest. I'm gonna be singing that for the next week.
Yes, you probably will. And the next state
got
up
that
is
twang in
Texas.
my-
We
got
the
that
next.
twang. The
Well,
twang.
that's right. You're doing the bluegrass thing. So
We're going to Texas now.
we're going to Texas now.
Get
so
your
now,
Spurs out, Blissful, 'cause Texas got some competition.
that's right. We're going to Bowden Road in Huntsville. Leads
Huntsville.
to-
There's so many Huntsvilles. Didn't we
yes,
just do a Huntsville?
I know, right? And it
They need
says,
to come up with some new city names.
says it leads to Martha's Chapel Cemetery. And it seems as if the spirits are desperate to hitch a ride back to town with the graveyard's visitors.
Oh, so they jump in your car with you? What's it called again?
It is called Martha's Chapel Cemetery.
Harvest Chapel.
Martha, like Martha Washington.
Oh, Martha.
Martha's Chapel Cemetery.
All right.
And my granddaughter's over here telling me that she's been there before with her grandparents. And no, she hasn't listened to this whole thing.
There's a circle in the forest.
Did any spirits try to ride back with you guys?
Okay, Martha's Chapel Cemetery spirit box responses caught on camera. Let's check that out.
Yes, definitely.
That sounds interesting.
Yes, it does.
All right, we're going to have to mute. There's a circle.
Martha's Chapel is considered one of the most active cemeteries in Texas. With it being in Houston's own backyard, we had to pay her a visit, and here is a brief history of this cemetery. Robertson Settlement became a stronghold for Methodist activity in southeast Texas in the early 1830s. By 1839, a campground, church, and school were established here on land given by William and Elizabeth Robinson to the Reverend Littleton Fowler, Superintendent of Methodism in the Republic of Texas. Early clergy who visited and served here included Isaac Strickland, Jesse Hord, Joseph Sneed, and Bishop Thomas A. Morris. The Fourth Texas Methodist Conference met here in 1843, with Bishop James O. Andrew presiding. The church and area became known as Martha's Chapel in 1854 after Martha Palmer, wife of a church trustee, died and was buried behind the church building during the pastorate of Reverend James Johnson. It was also referred to as Johnson's Chapel. At his death, Johnson passed down funds to complete the construction of the third and last place of worship at this site. It was dedicated on October 18, 1887, by Bishop W. W. Duncan. Although the congregation disbanded in 1930, ending a century of Methodism in this area, the Martha's Chapel Cemetery remains as a reminder of this area's pioneer heritage.
Please tell me that guy's not about to pee on his grave.
No, I don't think so. He's got the spirit box. That's what I don't know why he's standing that way, but he's got
Well,
the
he's
spirit
adjusting
box.
his damn pants like he's about to take his thing out.
I
His
know,
shalong
right?
out.
I know, right?
If this guy takes his shalong out and I see a pee stream, I'm quitting.
My granddaughter was watching the video and she said that that's exactly, she's been through that cemetery many times with her grandparents. So
I'm telling you, I'm afraid to go forward. I think he's about to pee.
nah, he's doing spirit box. Maybe he's about ready to pee his pants, but I think that's about it.
Okay, but did you see like if when it did like the Zoom
Yes.
cemetery? Wait, no, listen. Did you see the one gravestone with the tree stump?
Yes.
At first, I thought, who the hell buries somebody under a tree stump, and is it even possible? But then, obviously, the gravestone was facing away from the tree. Isn't that horrible? They cut the tree down. Obviously, they put the person under there because they wanted to be under that tree.
Exactly. And then they cut the tree down.
Yeah. If I see a shalong tattoo, I'm done. All right, here we go.
Okay.
So, Bowden's Mr. and Mrs. Bowden. Hi, my name is Patrick. Direction, so. Direction, so.
Let's try right here, Pat.
Leanne,
Yes.
listen. Now, I know it said Bowden, and they're in front of the grave of the Bowdens.
Yep.
So that's explainable. Okay. And then they said, hey there, after they said hi.
Yep.
But there ain't no 1827 ghost that knows what a message is. They didn't use that word back then.
Oh, I don't know about that. I just know whatever they're picking up. I was more focused on the spirit box they were using.
Well, the one ghost said he writes all the messages.
Yeah.
Was that a common word back in 1822?
I have no earthly clue.
They didn't talk like that back then. They talked like backwards. Like the message the man has written, like that kind of speak.
I know that they were like that in the 1700s. I don't know how they were when the century changed into the 1800s. That's a good question. I'd love to find out.
The Wondering subset, it said stay to hell to grease messages. It was psychic.
Yep. That's right.
Oh my God, 71, I'm quitting.
Oh,
for the love of Pete.
Yes.
You guys are so bad. Oh, Lord. So done with it. Yeah.
So done with it. Made a comment earlier when we were watching the video, or right before that, about how we're joking around about it, but stuff can follow you home. And that is true. She's absolutely right.
No, I know. I wasn't joking. I thought the guy was going to pull out his thing and pee, because that's what it looked like for a minute. I was worried.
I'm glad he didn't. That would have been really awful.
I know, because there's a lot of people that do that crazy shit
I
and desecrate
know.
graves and stuff. So I thought I picked the wrong YouTube video and we were about to watch something bad.
No. They're just playing with the SB11 spirit box.
She said, was it real breathy? I don't know. We'll finish. It gives me anxiety hearing all that static.
Oh, yeah, you get used to it after you listen and analyze enough spirit box stuff. Yeah.
Oh, hi, Tilly May.
Hey, Tilly May.
She's back. Okay, let's listen to a little bit more. But I don't know about anybody else, but that static makes me anxiety-ridden. But
Yeah,
I'm not trying to
it
be a
can be.
Karen. I'm not being a Karen. I'll just shut up.
No, we don't have to listen. We don't have to watch the rest of it. It's okay.
No, I want to hear about how they follow your ass home.
Oh, okay.
Just want to ask a couple questions. So can you tell us how many people are here? This was a spur-of-the-moment visit to Martha's Chapel. Based on the spirit box evidence we received, we think it'll be worth a full investigation in the near future. Until then, please go check out some of our previous investigations.
Okay. I don't know how to feel about spirit boxes.
It depends. Some of them work better than others.
But I just don't I guess I don't understand. I guess I don't believe in them. Because if a ghost wanted to talk to you, why would it be such disconnected and language?
What it's doing is it's scanning radio frequencies very quickly, and it helps them pick up that energy and be able to communicate with you, because they don't have a voice. They don't have a voice box, so they can't just say like, hey, how you doing, kind of thing. They have to communicate generally through things. So that's how the spirit boxes work.
Right, but they pick words to use.
They do, and that's how they manipulate the spirit boxes. Yes.
But why is it always such disconnected words and
Because
sentences?
it's scanning radio frequencies very, very quickly. So when they're talking, it's constantly scanning. So when they're saying something, it's going to sound funny because you have that constant scan going. It's hard to explain. I'll just have to bring my spirit box with me and show you.
And then the voices
Mm-hmm.
that you get and hear, is that what they actually sounded like?
Not necessarily, no. No, because they have no voice box anymore. So no, generally you're just picking up the electronic from the scanning of the radio station. It is even that way too if you're doing just recordings, like with a recorder just sitting in a room by itself. Sometimes you'll hear, spirits talking, and it's not necessarily, it doesn't always sound like what they sounded like. It can sometimes sound kind of scary, especially like on the Necrophonic app. The voices that come through there are pretty scary. Unless you're used to hearing it, I would not recommend that one.
No, the Necrophonic app.
Yep.
Do you think that the developers of that app probably did that on purpose, given just listening to the title?
It's possible.
Tilly May said it's picking up on Rockin' with the Oldies.
There you go.
Okay. I'm not trying to be a big skeptic and like.
No, I know.
Because I believe in ghosts, because I've had shit happen to me. The spirit box I don't know. I think it's so far-fetched.
It took me a while to get used to be able to do that, to listen to the spirit boxes and analyze it as evidence.
And then when you hear, like, you heard the girl talking, she said he had written all the messages.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're saying it finds radio frequencies to communicate. How does it pick what voice it's going to use?
I have no idea. I can't answer that because I don't know. It could have been maybe that it was a female spirit, but doesn't mean that could be her exact voice, their energy. So I honestly couldn't tell you. I wish I knew the answer.
Okay. I don't know. Anybody in the chat, who believes in spirit boxes? Put a 1 if you believe in it.
Me.
And put a 2 if you don't.
Ginger, you're right. It depends on the spirit box too. Yep.
I guess I just need to read about spirit boxes and how they were developed.
There's so many different types too.
Like the original logic in it and the science of it. You know what I mean? Like even though there's different boxes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know either tattoos. You think they're bad luck, 71? Yeah, I'm on the fence. Tilly May said 88. Tilly's ornery tonight. I only believe in Natasha's spirit. I was just going to say that.
Oh, yeah.
She used to kill me. Like, that's what started my skepticism of spirit boxes.
Yeah.
Was watching all those videos of her.
I wouldn't believe anything she had to say about a spirit box.
Because she'd have her face all up, just all you would see her eyeballs and her nose.
Yeah.
And you would hear all that static, and she'd be yelling at it. And I'm like, oh my God, this, like, it just left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
All spirits are energy, so they communicate through, like, right, I get that, Ginger, but I don't understand the voice part. Like, how do they pick and choose the sound they're going to use? Her face is... This is why I got threatened yesterday, because we're all bad. 71.
That must be one big spirit box.
Yeah. Get a lot of frequencies out of that one, please.
Mm-hmm.
So done with it said, I don't get into spirit boxes, but I've gotten messages from spirits. Yeah, me too.
I prefer using not necessarily the spirit box so much as there's an app that I like to use. And so I've had a lot better luck with that.
Okay. So they manipulate the sound. So they can actually pick what they want to sound like.
Yes.
Is that what you mean, Ginger? No, you're good in 71. I don't care. Yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence too. But so I'm Catholic. I come from a very Italian Catholic upbringing, right? Extremely. And like I would get grounded if I didn't walk my ass to church on Sundays. And I went to Catholic school.
Right.
so I had to go to church every Thursday in Catholic school, and then I had to go again on Sunday on just when I was home. And so twice a week I had to go to church. And I always believed in God. And then, you know, as you get older, you start questioning things. You just don't believe what your parents tell you anymore, you know,
Sure.
and what people teach you to believe. So I started questioning. I've always been spiritual. So I started questioning the existence of God, but I know that there's a higher being, and I've always been very spiritual, and I do believe in ghosts. So it wasn't until my mom died that my faith in all of that renewed, because I had those strangest experiences that you can't deny. There's undeniable. There's no debunking it. It's crazy. And one of the things that happened to me was a really crazy dream. And when my mom died, I handled it very bad. And I was surprised because I was always closer to my dad, a daddy's girl. I knew that, you know, you're going to be upset when any parent dies, but
sure.
I always thought that I would take it harder if my dad died. So when my mother passed away, I literally felt like I was missing something. It was this empty, horrible feeling. And I was terrified I was going to see her because I was having, like, paranormal things were happening from the moment she passed. And it terrified me. So I couldn't eat. I lost like 30 pounds. I was in and out of the emergency room because I kept thinking I was having a heart attack, but I was having anxiety attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so unhealthy. I was so skinny and I couldn't sleep. And I made Bella and Quincy sleep in the bedroom, in my bed, on the floor in my bedroom with me. I had to have everybody around me because that's how scared I was. And I could not be in the house alone. And one night I took an old rosary that I had in Catholic school and put it on my nightstand. And I've said a prayer for the first time in many years. I said a prayer. Please help me. I don't want to wake up feeling this way. And at that night, I had a dream. And I was sitting at a table with all of my mom's sisters who are all alive in the dream. And there was a figure that came in and walked around a table, and it had a cloak on, and you couldn't see its face. It had a robe. It was a brown robe, and it was like a hood, like a really big hood, and it had the tie around, like something you would see on a monk almost.
Uh-huh.
But you couldn't see the hands, and you couldn't see the face. And it walked around all of my mom's sisters, and it stopped at me, and it put a picture of a beautiful owl. The most beautiful, colorful owl you could ever think of or imagine. It put a picture of it in front of me. And I still couldn't see it. And it said to me, everything from now is going to be good. And I woke up. And I woke up, and all of that fear was gone. I swear to God, I could eat again. I was no longer afraid to be alone. I let the kids sleep in their own rooms. I was a brand new person. I don't know who the hell came to my dream, who that was, but they put an owl in front of me, and I looked up the meaning of an owl, and it means change.
Yep.
So you can't tell me that wasn't God.
Oh,
You can't. Nobody can tell me any different.
Exactly. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. And it was life-changing because my faith renewed in things like God.
Yeah.
In beings, I shouldn't say things.
And I
But
was
anyway, yeah.
and I was raised in a home where my grandmother lived with us, and she was part Cherokee of the Cherokee tribe. And so I was very much raised with a lot of the Native American, traditions, and very in tune to the spiritual world and stuff since I've been a little girl, and taught not to fear it, but embrace it. If you can, how, like you do, can dream about things, and I swear you're part psychic, a lot of stuff. And so I guess maybe that's why I'm not so as unnerved by this stuff. I'm more curious by it and I want to know more.
Yeah.
But when
and-
my mom died, you know, I would beg my mom, please find a way to communicate with me. I just want to hear from you. And still to this day, I haven't. But if I'm sick or I'm having, you know, a real bad time with something, it's like I can almost sense her presence around me.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when I'm feeling better, or things are going better, then it's like she's gone. So I fully believe that she just kind of pops in to, you know, be there for me, check in on me. And once I'm doing better, she's like, okay, I'll keep an eye on you, but you're good.
Yeah. Owls do it. Wandering Sub, when I looked it up, it did say that, but it said the birth of something new, the death of something old. So it doesn't necessarily mean the death of a person. It can be the death of something you're feeling, like a new beginning, and the old where you're at dies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know who it was, OG. It was somebody in a cloak. I couldn't see it. It spoke though, but I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
All I could see was a cloak.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, Leanne, I was so like, they put me on Ativan. I was not mentally well and not physically well. I was not. I got so skinny. That's why the doctor put me on Ativan. He's like, you have to eat. I was terrified. I was so lost. But you know what else was really weird? There were at least 5 or 6 people that told me that I was glowing.
Oh, wow.
Like at least 5 or 6 people. And somebody in the grocery store even stopped me and said, you are just beautiful. You just have a glow. For 2 weeks, somebody told me that after my mom passed. And I believe she was with me.
She probably was.
My husband even said one night when we were laying there, right after she passed, it was like maybe 3 days later, he was like, you look like an angel. I think she was around me. And that's why I was so overwhelmed with fear and emotions. I could feel it.
Probably.
I mean, I definitely know she was there. I don't think. I could feel her so strongly. That's why I was terrified.
Right.
I never felt something that strong in my life. And ever since that dream, I haven't felt her. She hasn't been near me. I've never visited. And I'm not afraid anymore, though.
Yeah. Which is good that you're not afraid anymore.
Oh,
but
that's cool,
right.
too.
She was with you. She wasn't ready to leave you. She felt like you needed her near.
Oh, look what Ginger said. When my sister and I both saw 3 white owls. Right. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Here, let me look it up because it's been so long. I only ever looked it up once, and it was after that dream. Let me see. Meaning, mine was really colorful. I can't explain it. It was so beautiful. And it wasn't like the colors of a natural, like, physical owl you would see in. It was rainbow. It was like beautiful, vibrant colors.
Huh.
Meaning of a vibrant, colored owl. And it was a drawing in your dream. See what Google has to say about it. So it says, oh, this is cool, Ginger. Talks about a white one. Let me open this up. Sorry, guys. Did you dream about an owl? Owls are fantastic creatures to have in dreams. Only last week I had a dream about a golden swooping owl, and I have been writing about dreams for 20 years. So it is great I finally got around to this one. Owls are often seen in our dreams when we are dealing with hidden fear. Owls spiritually mean wisdom. The owl is associated with our innermost knowledge and is a great dream to have. Owls are often very large and are often associated with the hidden and darkest thoughts of our spiritual being. As the owl can turn its head around 360 degrees, it can often indicate that there are many things that you need to see in life. If an owl appears in your dream, then you know you hold inner wisdom. In most dreams, it's very difficult to recognize the species of owl. If, however, you did notice that the owl was a barn owl, then there's different meanings for different owls, it says. Let me see. Owls are very powerful omens. Seeing them in your dream could mean they are bringing you some important message. Owl dreams are very common, and each has a different meaning depending on what else is associated with it. In ancient times, owls were associated with death, but dreams about owls have positivity. Owls are seen to be a symbol of death to most Native American tribes. It is an unlucky omen if an owl hoots. Some tribes link ghosts to owls.
Interesting.
According to Indians, owls were carriers of messages from beyond the grave and also delivered supernatural warnings to those who broke tribal taboo.
Yeah.
The owl is obviously beautiful and fluffy, but if the owl in the dream becomes alarmed, this can indicate that you may counter excitement in your waking life. What is the owl dream symbol? Owls or symbols are connected to your unconscious mind, and they are normally associated with carrying inner hidden secrets and thoughts. They are known for vision and could symbolize your inner wisdom and your intuition and your awareness. They also symbolize your emotions. They indicate hidden magical messages. It indicates seeing something that you did not seem to see before. And it indicates transformation.
Well, that would make sense.
Yeah. Let me see. There's a white owl. I wanted because like right over the when I Googled it, like the tag said something about a white owl, but I don't see it any. Okay, a black owl, an injured owl meaning, an owl speaking, an owl attacking. Okay, here you go. What does it mean to dream of a snow owl? A snow owl in your dream is an indicator that you're going to have discussions and communications in your life in coming days. But Ginger's wasn't a dream, though. She actually saw an owl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Irvin.
That's interesting.
It is.
But I'm telling you that was I know it sounds weird. People can think I'm weird. I am weird. I'm telling the truth. Like that, what happened to me, I can't even explain it. It was the weirdest thing.
I believe you.
And then all the paranormal stuff that was happening stopped too.
Wow.
And a lot of paranormal stuff was happening.
Really?
And my mom was very strong in life, strong-minded. And I just know nothing was holding her. You know what I mean? She would definitely be a strong spirit or left strong energy as a spirit.
Right.
So if she had the ability to attach herself to me and follow me around for a couple of weeks, she'd be the one. Trust and believe. She was so spunky. She would put Natasha Cooper. Natasha Cooper would run from her and hide.
That's how my mom was too. Oh boy.
My mom just called it like she see it.
Yeah.
She would literally tell people that she would sense that were bullshitters. She'd like, just get the fuck away from me. You know, and I'd be like, Mom.
My mom would say to people, you know what? I don't even like you. So why are you trying to talk to me?
Right. She goes, oh, you're full of shit. Get away from me. Like she would just dismiss you. As soon as she smelled bullshit. My sister, oh my God. So she knew Ginger. That's so fascinating.
Wow.
I've dreamed of a polar bear attacking me as it got in the backseat of my car. I never know when you're serious, 71. Did you have a dream that it got in your car, or are you just pissing around with me?
Yeah.
Said Millie. All right, that guy. Bye, honey.
Bye.
I'm going through the chat right now. Tilly Mae said there's an owl carved on the outside of her in-laws' cabin in the Hermosa Cliffs in Colorado that dates way back. A very spiritual. Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
Wow. Okay. All right. You want to do a new city?
Sure. A new state?
Oh, Ginger, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's awful. Cancer is such a terrible thing.
It is. Hate it. Okay.
Well, I had a request for Michigan.
Okay, let's do Michigan.
And it says, there's a mysterious light that appears almost every night near Paulding. It's the lantern from a train brakeman who died in an accident, but he's still on the job.
Michigan lantern haunting. Let me see if it comes up here. Is it called the Paulding Light Mystery?
I bet it is. Yep.
Okay, here's a 4-minute video. Let's see what they
Okay.
have to say.
I'll mute.
It says unraveling the Paulding Light Mystery.
Oh, so maybe they're able to debunk it.
Oh, and then here it says Ghost Hunter explains why Michigan is a hot spot for paranormal activity.
Oh.
All right, let's watch the 4-minute one and we'll watch the 3-minute one.
Okay, I'll mute.
We came out here because somebody had heard about it. We were just sitting around a night, and some local people that we knew had heard about this, and that supposedly it was a ghost light that came. You could almost guarantee you would see it. And we came out here, and there was actually this guy who was doing a story on Mysteries of the UP, and he told us about all these mysteries that existed all over the Upper Peninsula and the weird things that he'd seen. And so it was quite an experience, especially being an undergraduate. Like it's the sort of thing that feeds into your imagination. A lot of people had postulated that it was car headlights, but no one provided any proof, at least not proof that satisfied anyone. And there was a lot of contradictory evidence. The original legend was that it was somebody who had been killed by a train conductor, and it was his lantern that was swinging. And then it kind of morphed into, it was a bar fight between a train conductor and somebody who was involved with the wife of somebody else, with a lumberjack or something like that, right? Even the locals know there is no train. There has been no train. This is not. If you look at the grade here, no one would ever put a train down this stretch of road, at least not in this direction. I think I've heard recently that Paulding is Ojibwa for glowing earth or something like that, which also is again completely not true, right? I mean, it's probably some English guy's last name.
It's quite interesting. We've had people saying there's orbs in the sky and everything. We've been able to convince them that if it's like a brake light in our case, that it's really angry at them. And we even had someone try to hike about 12 miles back to go and find it. And pretty much everything. We've had people standing here having the pictures of the vehicles on the screen of the computer. And it's like, well,
I think that puts to rest the Lantern Man.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So let's Michigan is a hot spot for dogmen. What's dogmen?
Oh, you have to watch about the dogmen.
I don't know what a dogman is.
Google dogman.
I'm scared. Okay, hold on. Dogman.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan dogman. The creature is described as a 7-foot tall, blue-eyed, amber-eyed, bipedal canine-like animal with the torso of a man and a fearsome howl that sounds like a dog. What the?
Yeah, crazy, isn't it?
And it says, legend or lore, Michigan's dogman still haunts people.
Ginger said she did lives about the dogman.
Oh, wow. It's folklore. Okay, it says, in folklore, the Michigan dogman was allegedly witnessed in 1887 in Wexford. Hold on one second.
Take that. Yeah, no problem.
Hello? Hello? Yeah.
Ginger, I'll have to go check out your lives about that.
Okay. All right, honey. Okay, that's fine, but just check in with me. All right, love you. Bye. Bye. All right, sorry guys, it was my son.
That's okay.
In
Billy May
folklore,
wants to see a picture, please.
oh yeah, I'm going to, let me just read this real quick. The creature is described, and I read that. Okay, never mind. So it started in 1887. Let me get a picture. Oh my. Let's see. Ooh. I got to pull it up.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go check out Ginger's lives about the dogman.
Yeah, me too, Ginger.
I thought that, Ginger, that the ancient Greeks did something about documenting the dogmen, but I thought maybe I was mistaken. So I'm glad you said that, because that's what I had read somewhere too.
Okay, there you go. You see it in the corner there?
Yeah, it's kind of little, but yeah. But
Is he little?
It
Let me see
could
if
be
I
just
can
me,
pull it up.
but it could just be me because I'm on my phone. Because I've got the laptop doing one thing and the phone doing another here.
Okay, hold on. Can you see that?
Yeah. Can you guys see that okay? Okay, good.
It's not letting me.
Tilly said, yeah, she can see it.
So Tilly, wasn't it you that had an experience with the what's that thing in Utah in the deserts? Skinwalker?
Yeah. The
Was it Tilly?
Skinwalker. I don't know. Somebody did. It might have been Tilly. I don't remember. But I remember that conversation about the Skinwalkers.
I think about that all the time ever since she told us about that.
Do ya?
Yeah, because I want to, I live near the
It
desert.
was Tilly. Yep, it was Tilly.
She was supposed to come up and talk about it with us.
She'll have to do that sometime.
Yeah, we should do a whole thing on that. That's so fascinating. But anyway, anybody in chat that wasn't here when Tilly told us that story, she was driving through the desert. I think it was Utah, right, Tilly? And that's the legend of where the Skinwalkers originated. And they were driving through, and they saw a person just walking in the middle of a desert highway in the middle of the night with nobody around. And then when they looked back, because they were like, why is this person walking alone in the middle of the desert, in the middle of the night on a road? It was a freaking like a wolf being when they turned around in their rear view.
She was going through the Four Corners area, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico.
Yeah, and that's where the legend is.
Mm-hmm. Yep, in the Southwest.
71 had a dream the other night. She rollerbladed out of PA, the Navajo Nation. Yeah, we need to do a thing on that because I don't know why that's fascinating.
It's fascinating to me too.
But okay, so we debunked that. So let's look at this other video about Michigan hauntings.
Okay, I'll mute.
Terrible internet issues. They were blurry. They were freezing.
So you know that we're only 2 weeks away from Halloween.
Yeah.
Well, did you know that Michigan is considered a hot spot for the supernatural?
I didn't know, but I know now. Here in Metro Detroit, ghost hunters apparently stay pretty busy, especially this time of the year. So we sent Nick Monticelli out to show us where some of the hot spots are for haunted houses
let him
and
meet
more.
the ghosts.
Yes.
When there's something strange in your neighborhood, you may not be able to call the Ghostbusters, but you can call Great Lakes Ghost Hunters of Michigan.
I've had things thrown at me before.
Brenda Ozog is one of the founding members. Her group is called in to solve suspected supernatural mysteries.
Anything can be haunted any time of the day. You don't have to go just at nighttime.
Armed with high-tech audio and video recording equipment, they do house calls and investigate businesses.
There's something very important I forgot to tell you.
What?
Don't cross the streams.
Why?
It would be bad.
And while they may not be worried about crossing streams, they do watch for crossing divining rods, a way they try to communicate and connect to those on the other side.
Is anybody here with us? Oh, we got somebody.
And when it comes to the paranormal, Brenda is no stranger.
I used to work on the second floor at Building D, which is everybody knows as Eloise. You would hear screams. You would hear things would come up missing, like car keys and stuff like that.
She's talking about the old Eloise Asylum in Westland, long believed to be one of the most haunted places in Metro Detroit. Another popular spot for supernatural sightings and experiences.
Flat Rock Historic Village Park is pretty interesting. There's some stuff that goes on there, and they used to have a piano in one of the rooms, and you would tell the spirit to play the piano, and it would.
Brenda also snapped these photos at the Flat Rock Historical Society, which she says shows a girl ghost and an apparition in a top hat. And recently, the city of Monroe was named as the city in Michigan you're most likely to have a ghost encounter. Brenda says she can see why.
It's a big battlefield. The War of 1812 occurred there, so the whole area was under conflict with the indigenous population.
Oh shit, I wasn't muted. I hope you guys didn't get
No,
thing.
it wasn't echoing.
So what was it called? The Eloise, was it a mental hospital?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of that?
No.
So those sticks that they use.
The
what are those?
divining rods, yeah.
Now what is the concept of that?
It's supposed to pick up on like electrical impulses or energies.
But don't
I
humans
haven't
give off don't we as humans give off energy?
Of course, yeah, we do. I haven't used a lot of divining rods because I'm not so sure how I really feel about those. So I'm not one to really speak on that. So if Ginger or anybody else,
Dowsing rods.
has, yeah.
So dowsing rods, Ginger. So all that the concept there is, if they cross, then that means there's a spirit in the area. Is that all is that what they do? Is that the only thing they do?
You can ask it questions and say, like, are you a female? And if it crosses, it means yes. If it doesn't, it means no. So you can use that to ask questions too.
Oh,
there you go.
okay.
So Done With It says that some say that the rods are like a Ouija board.
Okay, I gotcha. Let me see in YouTube. I want to check to see if there is. I want to see some actual like footage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lighthouse in northern Michigan. It's haunted.
Ginger said that those can detect water underground too.
I've heard
before.
that.
Yeah.
I've heard of that. Unexplained ghostly encounters haunt offices at a training facility. Oh, that's in Honolulu. I don't know. I don't see it. Okay, there's the Ghost of Michigan Coasts. Chuck's Big Adventure in Northern Michigan. Lighthouse Haunted History. It's 2 minutes. You want to look at that one?
Sure, why not?
Oh, it's another news article. Never mind. I hate the news.
Oh, I don't like those either.
Because they make a joke out of it. Like
I know.
Ghostbusters. Ghosts of Michigan's Coast. That's another news article. These are all news articles. What the hell? Eerie footage taken by personal trainer shows apparent ghost of an ancient castle. Ooh, let's look at that.
Okay.
Let's see if we can see a ghost here. Oh, wait. Michigan's most haunted, Mackinac. Has anybody ever heard of Mackinac?
Mackinac Island?
I don't know. It's in Michigan.
I bet it is.
And then Michigan Hell House. It says it's an open portal causing out-of-control paranormal activities. The Okay, let's look at that one. No, I want to see the ghost. I want to see if we can see a ghost in this picture. Okay, let's do that.
Okay, I'll mute.
When the right to control your body is under attack, we show up.
People had to get engaged in this campaign in order to save reproductive rights in Michigan.
We could now set the course for other states to do the same.
Are ghosts real? Several recent encounters suggest there might be more things in heaven and earth than we can dream of. A personal trainer believes he captured a ghost on camera in this English castle window. Check it out, as something appears to be lurking in the opening of the wall at Hearst Castle. The man thinks it's the same spirit he saw at the same place on a previous visit.
If there's any spirits here at all, are you able to show yourself, please? Try and appear by that window, by the brick wall at the end.
33-year-old Tony Ferguson tried to debunk the second encounter by saying it was just someone else visiting the location, until he found out on the other side of that wall is a tunnel that's nearly impossible to access. Creepy! And look at this. seemingly harmless family photo. It pictures a father and his 2 kids just a week after the dad suffered a nearly fatal heroin overdose. But look closer, just above the young boy's knee. Is that a hand? Chris Downing, the children's father, who has been drug-free for 4 years, says he may have brought something back with him after his near-death experience. He still won't look at the picture to this day. A mom who thought she was simply taking a video of her son on his bike was in for a surprise when she went back to look at the footage. In addition to her little boy, she may have captured the image of an apparition looking down on him from a nearby window. It went down at the Oldway Mansion in England, a property dating back to the 19th century. When the mom asked officials what it could be, they told her only security would have been inside that building that day. And could this be a ghost just outside the Tower of London? Watch as this otherworldly blob floats across the property before disappearing into the sky. It was caught on camera by a paranormal investigator. The Tower of London has a somewhat eerie history. In the past, it was used as a prison and place of execution. Henry VIII had his ex-wife beheaded there in 1536, and the guy who tried to blow up Parliament in the 17th century was tortured there. So, could it have been a vengeful ghost looking for retribution? Maybe. And look at this creepy footage. A mother of 2 says her friends told her to run after she showed them. Melissa Smith is convinced she's being haunted by the baby she lost in a miscarriage. Melissa suffered a miscarriage in September of 2016. Since then, odd things have happened around her house, starting the same unfortunate night that she lost her baby. She says a children's toy turned on by itself and started playing music in the middle of the night. Then came the strange knocks in the house and closet doors swinging open. But when she saw this face appear on her daughter's baby monitor, it really freaked her out. So whether or not you believe in spirits, you have to admit what's already been caught on camera is pretty convincing.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
What do you guys think?
Very possible.
I mean,
like-
that one in the last story, like a baby wouldn't know how to knock on things. You know what I mean? Like, why would a baby spirit be knocking on stuff?
Who knows? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know about that one. But the one in the castle in front of the window?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Like in the tunnel, whatever that was?
Mm-hmm.
That looked pretty real. It might not be the baby, I think portals. Oh, okay. Yeah, so done with it. She heard them? Oh, she hears them now.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Very.
I'm reading some of the chat, sorry.
No, you're fine. I was doing the same thing.
Wow. Oh, Kellyanne was there in Michigan at that place that they were talking about in that one article.
Cool.
Wow. I mean, that's crazy. Those videos were crazy to me.
Yeah, those were pretty awesome.
What do you think about that bike one, though?
I don't know. Did you see the way that spirit was kind of looking down? The dress and stuff was really, like 1700s or so. So it's possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the kid must have been oblivious to it because the kid just kept riding around.
But here's my problem. If you were the mom and you were taking a video of your child, that's so noticeable. I would notice somebody in the window.
Sometimes not. Sometimes things like that you don't really pick up until afterwards when you're watching it back because you're so focused on your child or whatever. You wouldn't necessarily notice it, or maybe it wasn't something that was visible to her and it showed up in the film.
That's true. I guess that they do say that sometimes you don't see it until the photograph comes
Exactly.
after.
Yeah.
But what about that hand on that kid's shoulder?
That was creepy.
Or leg, I mean.
That was creepy.
That was beyond creepy.
Do you see what So Done With It said? Something or someone is definitely freaking out my dog since my hubby died a few months ago in my living room.
Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry, hon.
I'm sorry too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be afraid though. He's probably just sitting next to you, coming to visit you. Animals just pick up on that.
They do. They can see stuff that we can't see.
So, OG, I think some places are more haunted than others because of the history.
Oh, yeah.
Because I haven't, like, Leanne's an expert at this, but not me, but I have read some things, and you leave residual energy behind. So I think if something has a lot of, something that impacted it highly, I think that those areas probably would be more susceptible, like Gettysburg. It's haunted because the war was fought there, and it was an actual battleground. And
it's like kind of playing a video back over and over and over and over. Some of that residual energy does too.
Yeah, and they say that with when you hear a lot of ghost stories, like people that hung themselves,
mm-hmm.
and when people like move into a place where it happened at, you'll hear that they can hear a thump in the middle of the night at the same time every night. It's like sometimes it's not always ghosts; it's just energy replaying itself.
Yeah,
the imprint.
Exactly.
You can explain it better than me, Liam.
No, you did fine with it.
So sometimes it's just imprints that happened in life that created a lot of energy, and it just echoes.
Yep.
It keeps echoing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's a spirit.
No.
It's just replaying because it was such strong energy. I don't know. Me too, 71. I won't go into my basement, and I'm a freaking grown adult, and I always think something's under the stairs is going to grab my ankles. So anytime I go down to do the laundry, I run my ass down because I think a hand's going to get me.
Yes. I used to do that too when I had stuff.
I still do it. It's crazy. Hold on a minute. Millie wants to break the ice and say hello.
Oh, good.
Let's get so Done With It said negative energy can bounce around. So that, oh yeah. Yeah, Ginger, that's what I was trying to say. She said it the way I was trying to say it. Residual energy haunting is different from intelligent haunting.
Right.
Okay, hold on. This is for 71. And anybody else that loves her.
Oh, you got to shut the video off the screen.
I know, I'm trying. I'm holding her fat ass. I guess I should turn this on too, huh? There she is. There's the baby.
There's Millie Cat.
There's the baby. Look, she's just giving into it now.
I know it. Pretty kitty.
The fireworks stopped.
Oh,
my name's Millie. I have hair coming out of my ears. I'm part Persian and part werewolf.
She's an urban legend all her own right there.
Yes, she is. She's my sweetie.
She's not crabbing like last time.
She was only crabbing because of the
fireworks, yeah. Millie.
Just got eye snot on my nose.
Gross. That's so gross when they do that.
Yeah. Okay, little fatness. I love you just so much. Okay, goodbye. See you later, alligator. So wait, 71 said, my mom will be in her room talking to children and people at night and say to me, look at the children. And I have to close her. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Isn't that what they say happens when people are close to passing?
Oh, here, I can tell you a story about that. So my grandma that I said was part Cherokee that lived with me. We were so close, and she had cancer and eventually had to go to the nursing home because my mom just couldn't take care of her anymore, without some extra help. And I went over there. I was over there a lot, every day at least. And so I went bopping in her room there, and she was talking, and there was nobody that I could see in the room. I sensed something there, but I couldn't see anything. So I wasn't sure what was going on. And I said, "Hi, Nana, what are you doing?" And she said, "Just a minute, honey. I'm talking to your grandpa." Now, my grandpa died many years before I was ever even born. And so I wasn't even quite 21 yet when this was going on. And I said, "Where is he?" And she just laughed. And she said, "Well, he's over there in the chair." And I was standing there, I suppose, with my eyes huge. And she was talking to my grandpa, just talking away. And she said, "I know, isn't she silly? She's scared over absolutely nothing. And how many times have I taught her not to be afraid?" And she was laughing like, he was speaking back to her. And so she said, "Okay, he's gone." And so I went in, and she was like, "Now you shouldn't be afraid of your grandpa." So we had a normal visit. And then the next day, my mom went in the morning to see her, and she was talking to one of the nurses, my grandma was, about, "Oh my gosh, at this state lake where we used to live, there's some good catfishing out there, and there's some people really, they're catching some big catfish out there." Now, my grandmother could not see. She had macular degeneration, so she did not have a television because she could not hear either. She had aids, but you still had to speak very loudly.
Yeah.
Sure as shit, the next day in the local newspaper was an article and a picture of this man who had caught this huge catfish out of that same lake.
Oh, that's so weird.
That she had said my grandpa told her that there was good catfishing because they used to go camping and fishing, I guess, long before I was born.
Yeah.
So I believe that can happen because she said it, and it was just such a creepy thing to me then. Hi, Mom Bear. Yeah, it was wild. So I do believe that, sometimes people, whether it be they're getting towards the end of their life or not, maybe not even necessarily, they have a gift possibly too. But in my case, she was towards the end.
Oh, I didn't realize my camera was still on. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just read things about that.
Yeah.
So that's where I got that from. I read that the people that have near-death experiences say they see passed away loved ones.
Yep. That happened with my mom too. My mom would talk to people that we weren't necessarily seeing, and she would tell us one time she was in the hospital, and my brother and I were walking out to our cars, and she called my cell phone and was like, "You better ask those kids to get out of the back seat of your car." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she goes, "Those spirits, you need to tell them to stay here, that they can't go with you."
Oh, for the love of Pete.
And
hey,
I
Mama
thought,
Bear. Hi, sweetie.
I thought she was drugged up. So when we went back into the hospital, we asked the nurses, like, "Has she been given a lot of morphine today, or what is she being given?" And the nurse said, "Honey, she hasn't had anything today."
I don't think morphine makes you hallucinate, though, either.
It can, but she hadn't even had anything. So that was a little creepy.
That's an interesting question, OG. Ginger, do you know, since you're, or Leanne, since you guys are experts, does the Bible say anything about spirits?
I believe so, but I couldn't tell you exactly where, and I couldn't quote it. I just remember hearing about it before, but maybe Ginger knows.
So I was always taught in my Italian heritage, Italian Catholic, Roman Catholic heritage, that believing in stuff like that was like witchcraft.
Right.
You shouldn't believe in things like that. But I don't know. I never remember learning in all my Catholic school days, learning anything about spirits.
Oh, there you go. So done with it knows.
Oh, it says not to purposely try to communicate because you could possibly be deceived. Oh.
Yes.
So that's pretty much an acknowledgement.
Right.
So I have an uncle who's a preacher. So he's not Catholic. He's not on that side of my family. He's married into my family. He married my mom's sister. So he's not uncle by blood. You know what I mean? He wasn't my mom's
Right.
brother. Anyway, he's a preacher, and he gets really, really like amped up about that kind of stuff, where he says if it's blasphemous to believe in ghosts, because in whatever religion he is, Christianity, that when you pass, you forget the world, you forget all worldly things and everything that's in it, and you're just with
Right.
God, and to believe that you come back and out of heaven or hell to just walk around the earth is pretty much blasphemous.
Yeah. But
'Cause-
then I think it was Ginger that said it. Oh no, it was So Done With It that said the entire Christian religion is based on the belief of the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, there you go. That explains it. It's a good way of putting it.
It is.
But yeah, he used to. I think it was you I was talking to about my preacher uncle that would piss me off. But he was one of those people where you had, like anything that's enjoyable in life is a sin, is a sin of a fleshly sin, a sin of the flesh, like drinking beer, saying swear words, going to a bar. I mean, obviously adultery, and shit like that. So if you go to a bar, then you need saved. Like he would just preach at me because I would go to bars with my friends. I'm like, and I just don't believe in that. I really don't believe God gives a shit if you go to a bar and have a cup of beer. But the premise is you're not supposed to become addicted to things. You're only supposed to be addicted to God and not worldly things. You know what I mean? And alcohol's addicting, and cigarettes and coffee and all that. But it was, we would get into so many arguments. He hates me. I think he hates me.
Oh no.
But that's like, that would be such a boring life.
To not be able to do anything. It reminds me of like when you hear about the Puritans and the Quakers and those, back in the 1700s when they could have no kind of enjoyment whatsoever. They had to just toe the line or else,
Right. Like you're taught to fear God.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't agree with about some religions, that you're supposed to fear. And it's a punishing God kind of belief,
Right.
And I mean, swearing, how's that harmful? Saying shit and damn, it's just a word. So I just never agreed with him on much of anything. And he thinks I'm the devil, I believe. But yeah.
Oh well.
So somebody once said, I think the drinking rule came about because back then there weren't AA meetings and people lived simpler and they were trying to change the next generation. Maybe. That's a good way of looking at it. It's an interesting concept.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, So Done With It. I'm so sorry.
Oh, me too.
Oh, honey. I'll
Oh,
give you a hug.
I know it. I agree.
I know, Ginger, right. Swear words do not. That's what I said. I told him that one day. I said, show me in the Bible where it says you can't say the F word. And it's a sin. I know that you're not supposed to take the Lord's name in vain. You know what I mean? But
right.
Shit and damn and the F word doesn't make you a bad person. Just makes you snarky. I don't know. But that's one thing I fear about death. Your spirit goes to a certain place. I don't know where it goes. Nobody knows. But if it does go to heaven and all you do is walk around and sing all day, I'm going to be bored as hell.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what goes on up there. I know that when my ex-father-in-law passed away, We were doing the spirit box. I mean, this was down the road a little ways after that. And we asked what he was doing, and it said fishing, and he loved to fish. So hopefully that's what we get to do, is something fun that we enjoy doing.
Yeah, I think about that all the time. Well, when I was very, very, very close to my grandma, my Italian grandma on my dad's side. And I would beg to stay. I would stay at her house for the entire summer. And she lived 5 minutes from us. So I was there more than home in my childhood. And when she passed away, it was traumatic. But she came to me in my dream, and I asked her what heaven was like. And she told me that it was so beautiful, that there were swimming pools and flowers, and she got to crochet and all kinds of shit. So I hope that's what it is.
Yeah. I hope so too.
I just want to be able to watch my daughter dance all the time.
There you go.
I think about that. I'm like, if I die and I can't watch my daughter dance ever again, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be up there bitching. Let me the hell out of here. I need out of here. I feel like I'm in prison. 71 said, I don't fear death. I fear more relatives dying and attaching to me. Yeah, that's how I was with my mother. That's why I got so sick and I was so afraid. That's what I felt. That's exactly what you're describing. OG said, I've lost 4 immediate family members, 2 of whom I was very close to. I take comfort in not getting any signs from them. I know they're happy. That's what I like to say, because Leanne always says, I never see my mom. And I said, well, maybe she's up there and she's just very, very happy and peaceful and at peace and knows you're okay.
She was always running around doing 50 million things while she was alive, so she's probably still doing the same thing.
Ginger said, my uncle, hold on. My uncle has been a Pentecostal preacher for 70 years, and he is chill. Only words he considers bad is, yeah. Right, and that's the argument I would have with my preacher uncle. Like, I understand saying, like, Jesus Christ and shit like that, but come on.
Right.
Be realistic. But yes, you're right. The Old Testament was a very wrathful God. And I just don't want to believe in a higher being that's mean like that.
Did you see what So Done With It said? I found a video of the fireworks, and there is indeed a capital R in the smoke, just like her husband said. Wow.
Oh, that's so awesome. She said, I was half asleep and heard him say, I did. I was in the smoke from the fireworks.
Yeah.
The letter of my name. And then she went and looked at the video, and he was there. Oh, that's amazing.
It is.
He gave you a sign. I think the Mormons, though, too, they don't drink coffee. Isn't coffee forbidden?
I don't even know. It's possible.
I know alcohol is, but I also think coffee is, too, because caffeine's addicting. Like, those crazy-ass rules just don't mesh with me.
And no dancing and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. No dancing. That's one of them. Yep. I learned all about the Mormons from the Jodi Arias shit.
Oh, yeah.
I was fascinated with that case, reading about that.
That was such a wild case.
My mom was really into that case, too. And then my mom passed shortly after that, but yeah, she's the one that actually got me into that case. She hated Jodi Arias, but I learned all about the Mormon faith then. Those strict rules is why, you know, these old rules that they have for these religions.
Yeah,
they can't keep people together and in them modern day because they're so old-fashioned. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they wonder why, like, people aren't as religious as they used to be, because it's really hard to follow those rules. Like coffee,
right?
You know?
Exactly.
There's caffeine in a lot of things too. You know, so can you not take a Tylenol when you have a freaking headache or Excedrin migraine, whatever it has caffeine in it?
Ginger said no sugar or nicotine either.
Yeah, see? And they wonder why they can't get young people to
Sustain those religions.
sustain those religions. Exactly. Because of those old-fashioned rules.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine going a day without my coffee. I'd be a raging maniac.
That would be like me if I couldn't have my Diet Mountain Dew in the morning. I would be a mess.
How do you people do that? I've often wondered this. How do you wake up in the morning and have to drink something cold?
Yep, that's my thing.
I can't understand it. It's much more relaxing if it's hot.
I don't like coffee at all. I don't like the taste of it. So for me, it's my Diet Mountain Dew gets me going.
Oh, for the love of Pete. What about tea? A hot cup of tea.
I love tea, but not in the morning. I want my Diet Mountain Dew to wake me up.
OG said she bases her knowledge on the movie Footloose.
I love it.
Don't get me started. You all know I went down that damn freaking country line dancing rabbit hole.
Oh, God, that's right. I forgot.
I taught myself 5 different line dances.
Christy,
I'm going to show you all one day.
Did you just hear Ariana? That's my granddaughter. She's laying here sound asleep. And you said that, and she's just laughed in her sleep and turned over.
Well, I'm going to video myself, and I'm going to play it for everybody.
I can't believe that. She's out, too, so I don't know if she heard you or what, but she started laughing and turned over.
Yeah, no premarital fun adult time. You need to test the waters before you're stuck forever. What if you freaking have to marry somebody and he has a 2-inch shalong?
Right.
What if you're unhappy with that? Then you're going to commit adultery, and it just opens up the whole can of worms.
It does. This is true. Got to try before you buy, right?
Exactly. You got to test the waters.
Yep.
And that's important. Very important, because if you're not happy with something that you have to be with for the rest of your natural born life, chances are you're going to deflect. You're going to defect and commit another sin.
Yeah.
So
I agree with 71's comment right there.
I don't believe in a certain religion. I believe that everyone has their own connection. Yes, that's exactly how I believe.
Me too.
So Dunn was a strict Baptist college and took a dance class they called Foot Fellowship. Oh, for the love of God.
Oh, my.
Foot Fellowship. That's like Footloose.
Yeah.
Me too, OG. Everybody laughs at me. I drink coffee. I'm drinking coffee right now. Doesn't matter. Noon, 9 a.m., 1 o'clock in the morning, my ass is drinking coffee. I started drinking coffee when I was like 9 because of my grandma. She used to drink coffee every morning, and I used to love it. And I would drink it. And I had to hide it from my parents. She's like, don't tell your mom and dad. I was addicted to coffee by the time I was 12.
That's funny. Oh, so Dunwith said it was classical dances.
Oh, that's cool. I would love to learn classical dances. Ginger said, my mom told me, don't buy the first pair of shoes in the shoe store. You need to try on a few. Yes. There's certain heel heights, too. You don't know which heel height is good for you, if you know what I mean. You got your little pumps, and you got your mid heel, and then you got your stiletto. What kind of girl are you? Are you a pump or are you a stiletto? Right?
Absolutely. My mom used to just say, do what you want to do and have fun. Just don't be a whore. I'm not even kidding.
No, that was me so done with it. So I didn't want to scare you. I just went and got my coffee. 71 said, I went from evil and atheist to totally changed when I asked God to save my ass in the freezing cold in my car. Aw.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what happened to me. I was losing my faith. And then when that dream happened and all the things that I went through with that brought me back to reality. Kelly said, isn't it the Mormon faith that condones a practice called soaking?
Oh, I don't know. What is that?
Ginger said, I should have charged. Oh, I let me look up soaking. But that's so funny. You know how I would test the waters though? By kissing. If a man couldn't do a good French kiss, I knew he sucked in bed. Soaking is the act of making something wet. Oh, wait, no. I think we need the Urban Dictionary version of that. Soaking, also known as marinating or floating, is a sexual practice of inserting the shlong into the vagina but not subsequently thrusting.
Okay.
Oh, and that's a Mormon thing. So I guess a lot. Oh. Okay, so the way they would try to get around the not test the waters rule as a Mormon is they would just put the penis in and not do the act. And then they could technically say they didn't do the act.
Got it.
Or 2-inch heels really heals. Yeah, they're pumps. No pun intended. They're pumps.
Mm-hmm.
No, I used to love French kissing. Yeah, it is so done with it. French kissing is so much more connecting to me than sex is. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't know why I think that. I think a lot of people think that way, though. I just think it's more sensual than the actual doing it part. I don't know. It's fun too, because normally when you're doing that, there's lots of things that if you haven't done the deed yet and you're just making out, you still have you have a lot of things left for the imagination, and that's the exciting part of it.
True.
And then after you do the deed, you already know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kissing is erotic for some, yes. I don't know. I love the French kiss. I haven't done it in a long time, but me and my husband just give each other pecks.
I don't even peck anybody, so it's all fine.
Kellyanne said, so I can let a guy slide it in, but no damn coffee? Exactly. You tell me the logic in that. As long as they can't pump, though. It has to just sit there. How do you even do that, Leanne?
I don't know. That just does not sound.
What do? You just sit there. The guy puts it in. You just sit there and look at each other.
Yeah. Oh, this is fun. Yeah.
Okay, let me just leave it in there for 2 minutes. And then you're just staring at each other.
I know, well, did you have a good day today? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just awkward.
So what do you want to do for dinner? I was thinking burgers. Oh, we got another 30 seconds left.
Yeah. Time's up. All right.
Slide it out. We learn something new on this channel every day. I never knew what soaking is, and now I know.
Yeah.
So are we including kissing in the don't be a whore things? If so, I really missed out on a lot of money making opportunities. Me too. Oh, I kissed everybody.
No, I don't think my mom meant any. I don't think she cared who I kissed. I think that she was just warning me about everything else.
Yeah. When I was in college, I used to go to clubs all the time, obviously. And I would literally just walk up to the hot guy and just start making out with him. I would literally do that. I swear, I would literally tap him on the shoulder. My friends would dare me. They would just point the person out. It had to be hot though. They couldn't be ugly. And tap him on the shoulder, and they would turn around holding their drink, and I'd just start going at it.
That's
and
hilarious.
Every time I never got pushed away. Every time they kissed me back.
Were you just like, hey, thanks, when it was done? See ya.
No, I'd just walk away all seductive.
That's so funny.
No, I wouldn't even speak a solitary word to them. I wouldn't say hi. I wouldn't say bye. I'd just walk up, make out, and leave. Walk away.
That's funny.
My friends would laugh their asses off.
Oh, I know.
Freaking get. herpes of the mouth or something.
Mono. That's what I was afraid I'd get.
Mono.
From somebody.
A yeast infection of the mouth.
Yeah.
Did you know you pick 80 million Ooh, I know. It's one of the dirtiest things.
What?
They say the inside of a person's mouth is more bacteria than a toilet seat.
Yeah, that's gross.
I didn't know that then. I wouldn't do that now. Plus, they were all drinking alcohol. That might have kept them bacteria free.
There you go.
I was a lip balmer, Ginger. I'm telling you, I used to love to do that. Something wrong with me, huh?
No, it's hilarious.
And it's especially with the music going and the lights down in the club. The whole scene was there.
Right.
You know, it was just the scene. That was so bad. I wasn't a whore though, because I didn't actually like to have sex. I just liked to kiss. So.
You're just cracking me up.
Yeah, that is true. So done with it. Look it up. Alcohol is a disinfectant. Yeah, it probably would have been funnier if they were ugly. Could you imagine? That would have made one of their nights. I did do a pity kiss once. So there was this guy. He had a really big crush on me. I don't know if you girls are like me at all. If anybody out there is like me, but I was horrible. So I was really good looking. Like, I'm not being conceited, but I was pretty. And I'm not that way anymore, but I was.
Oh, BS.
But I didn't act arrogant. I honestly didn't. I knew that I was attractive. So anyway, that sounds horrible to say, but
no, it doesn't.
I'm just being honest. And I always had guys always wanting to like be my lap dogs. Like they would be like, "Do you need a ride? Do you need this? Oh, I'll go do this for you. Do you need me to do this for you?" It used to drive my mother nuts that I would have these lapdog guys around all the time, right? And so there was this one guy, his name was Bob. There's not a good looking Bob on the planet, right? I've never met a good looking Bob, but he was a sweet guy. And he was really overweight. But anytime I needed anything, I could call him at 1 o'clock in the morning if I wanted a Big Mac, and he would go, kind of guy, you know?
Yeah.
So after a year of him like being my chauffeur and my executive assistant and my bodyguard, this is back in the bar days. Like when I walked into a bar, I usually had 3 guys around me, and they were friends. They were my lap dogs.
Yeah.
But they always went everywhere with me. They used to beat people up for me. And so after about a year and a half of him being my lapdog and not getting anywhere with me, and I didn't lead them on. Like I would have boyfriends while they were still doing things for me, you know, and they would still stay. I don't know why. And one night I was drunk and I looked at Bob and I'm like, poor Bob. I remember literally the moment thinking this. I'm like, this poor Bob. This is horrible. That, you know, I'm never gonna date him. And I'm like, just give him a kiss. So he was driving. We stopped at a red light. And I leaned over and I gave him a pity French kiss. I made his life when I did that.
That's so funny.
He's like, why did you do that? And I was like, I don't know. You just look kissable. I wanted him to feel good about himself.
I would have been like, because you looked pitiful and I felt sorry for you. So, but see, I was the mean girl. I was a little skinny, cute thing. And but I wasn't nice like that. I would have been
so
like,
you were
really
cute too. You were a cutie too then, huh?
I was back in the day, and I don't mean to sound arrogant, but yes, I know about lap dogs and how that goes. But I was you're so nice. I wouldn't have been so nice. I'd have been like, if you think your chances of kissing me or anything, it's a big fat no. So go away.
That's mean. See, I was sweet.
I wasn't at all.
I loved having all my boys around me.
Well, I loved having certain ones around me, but certain ones annoyed me, and I would just be like, go away, you're annoying.
Yes, Kellyanne, I was a teenage dirtbag, except I was in college when all that happened. I used to wear little mini skirts and little crop top. I was skinny, and
me too.
You know, I just knew I was the shit. Maybe,
Boy.
I don't know. I guess now I feel bad that I said I was pretty.
Why?
Now I feel like I'm being arrogant.
No, you're not. I'm being arrogant too then. I look at pictures of myself and I'm like, what the hell happened to me?
Yeah. I was like, damn, I was hot.
And then I'm like, oh yeah, I aged. Duh.
That's right, Ginger. You know what? That exactly happened too. Bob got a little pep in his step and he ended up getting a girlfriend.
Did
like
he really?
shortly after that.
That's
He
funny.
honestly did. I am not shitting you. He actually married her.
Wow. Did you tell him you were proud of him?
Oh yeah. When he made me be a part of the wedding. I couldn't be a groomsman, obviously, but he made his new wife make me a bridesmaid.
Oh, funny.
Mm-hmm. I was happy. I was proud of him. He grew, I gave him confidence.
That's good. Where I
He
was
was a
just
nice guy.
girl and wasn't giving anybody confidence. I was mean.
She said, OG said, I knew a Bob and tried to make him see the bitch, but he just couldn't. She cost him thousands. Really? Bob. What? I love saying that name. Bob. You know, I've seen a good amount of attractive Bobbies, but not Bobs.
I don't think I've ever seen any attractive Bobs either. I've seen some attractive Robs.
Yeah, Rob. That's why Ginger just said he changed his name from Bob to Rob.
Yep.
She married her last lapdog.
How funny.
So when I met my husband, I met my match. I had I'm telling you, when I met him, I had 3 lapdogs.
Yeah.
And he's like, can I go anywhere with you without your freaking bouncers? And I'm like, where I go, they go. And I wasn't serious about him at all. And my husband was a player. He had as many lap girls as I had lap boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I would stand him up all the time. And he didn't know what to do with himself.
Oh, I'm
because girls would fall all over him.
Yeah.
So he had never been treated that way. Like one night we were going to Seven Springs is a ski resort in Pennsylvania, and they have what's called Bartenders New Year's. And all the bartenders in the industry would go to Bartenders New Year's because typically no bartenders ever get New Year's Eve off. You have to work New Year's Eve. Right? So they would have a separate day to be in the middle of January called Bartenders New Year's. And it was the biggest thing to do where I was from, because I told you there's nothing to do in PA but go to bars and get drunk.
Right.
So, or go skiing. So we were going there and he said, what are you doing this weekend? And I'm like, I'm going to Bartenders New Year's. Do you want to go? And I invited him. And then I found out a couple other hot guys that I knew were going. So I didn't know how to tell him that he couldn't go anymore. So I even told him what time to be ready and what to bring. And then I just never picked him up because I didn't let him dry. I said, you can ride with us and all that. And he got all packed a suitcase for the weekend and I never went.
Oh my God.
And he was that just made him like me more. He went nuts because he never had a girl do that. like he had girls that would buy him clothes and cologne and, he was a player. He was a gigolo.
Yeah.
Asshole. And I stood him up many, many, many times. And he ended up falling in love. He bought me diamond earrings after a month.
How funny.
I was the first girl he ever bought anything for.
That is so funny. And the
But
rest
anyway,
is history.
He turned the tables on me though. So after he had enough of my shit, he would start standing me up. So then I got to see, and I never had that happen to me. You know what I mean? So it made me equally go crazy. So then we ended up getting married.
Isn't that funny?
And now here we are. We don't even French kiss. We just give each other pecks.
And my husband and I got introduced to him at a barbecue that some mutual friends of mine that were friends of his. And he's the sweetest guy. he's so sweet. You should just date him. And I was like, no, I don't want to date him. I
Yeah.
was not interested in dating him whatsoever.
And that's how it happens.
Yeah.
That's when you meet the one.
And I finally was like, fine, whatever, I'll just go. And I kept telling my friends, this is ridiculous, but I'll just go. I'm not going to like it, but I'll go. And then the rest is history after that.
Yeah. Now you have a jag-off.
Yeah.
Hey, Ladybug. Hey, Morning Bet.
Hey, Ladybug. Hey, Morning
Is it
Bet.
Morning Bet or Betty? Oh, gee, I never had heard Space Monster say Bob. Did she say Bob like that?
Bob.
Bob. Bob spelled backwards is Bob. No, we didn't look up New Mexico. Let's look up New Mexico.
Oh, shoot. I put my laptop away. Hold on.
Ginger said, I had my hubby drive my posse and me to house parties, and he would sit and wait on. Yes, that's who Bob was for me, Ginger.
That's funny.
He would sit there no matter what I did. What I did.
That's how this guy that I know, that his name is John. It was John that did that.
You got a new name? It's Trixie. I saw. Yeah.
Oh,
I see that, honey. I just didn't know if it was Betty or Bet. Welcome, Trixie.
Sorry, I'm trying to get into my laptop here. Just a second.
Yeah, we can't disappoint our OG. It's our OG.
Okay. So let's see here. New Mexico?
Yes.
Oh,
New Mexico.
Lord. I don't know how to even pronounce this. It's Urraca. Is it Urraca? Urraca Mesa was considered to be a portal to the demon world by Native Americans because it always felt like something was wrong with the area. Imagine how surprised ancient tribes would have been to know the mesa looks like a human skull when viewed from the air.
Oh.
That's kind of weird.
Yes. So the most haunted place in New Mexico is the state penitentiary. Why are prisons always the most haunted place?
Those are always on all the haunted shows. Every prison that's ever been shut down or still is open, it's like those are always the haunted places.
Yeah. It gets old. I'm tired of hearing about that. Oh, I guess the prison is the New Mexico State Penitentiary is the most haunted place because it had a horrible riot there. It was very brutal. And the prison was known to be very inhumane.
That seems like that's a story on a lot of them.
Yeah, let me see. New Mexico most haunted.
That's true. So done with it. Prisons do have a lot of negative energy.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of unsavory characters too.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a haunted RV campground in New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Do we want to hear about it?
Sure.
Okay, we'll hear about it. Hold on. Can't see what's on my screen. Oh, we have to mute.
Okay.
What if I'm worried about switching phones? Who's keeping my data? If I'm worried about making the switch?
Well, did you know that one of the most haunted RV campgrounds is right here in New Mexico? The Holy Ghost Campground, northeast of Santa Fe, made the list of ghostly getaways in a national travel blog. News 13's Carla Sosa tells us why it made the list.
That's exciting, but that's scary.
That's what Elena Tapia said when she heard Holy Ghost Campground is one of the most haunted RV campgrounds in America. She isn't alone when it comes to people wanting to check out a place that's haunted.
I think it's exciting. I'll definitely go check it out now that I've learned that. I'm into spooky stuff, and it is Halloween.
There's two legends on how this place became haunted. One of them is that a priest killed Native Americans from the Pueblo during the late 17th century. And the other version is that Native Americans from the Pueblo killed the priest. The campground is in the Santa Fe National Forest north of Terrero. It caught the eye of the RV Trader blog. According to Rachel Hazelton, they started doing their research over the summer, and there were a lot of things that caught their attention.
They do say that they have
Folks have seen some odd occurrences and unexplained situations, such as disappearing state troopers, shadows moving in the trees, and the sound of chanting in the forest.
Outside Magazine also listed the campground as one of the 15 most haunted campgrounds in the United States in 2019. Being on those types of lists does bring more people to the campground, especially during this time of year.
I do think it's fun, when you get put on a list like that. It can be fun for folks looking for something a little out of the ordinary to check out a so-called haunted campground.
After hearing about the legends and tales, visitors wanted to experience it for themselves.
Yeah, it's really cool and exciting to know that it is one of like the most haunted campgrounds here in New Mexico.
Okay, that was boring.
I want to camp there.
I know, but they don't even tell us what the legend is.
No, not really.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
I think that place looks really familiar though. I think when we did Paranormal Night,
there might have been something about that on there.
No, yeah, I think one of our subs sent us a picture of an ghost Indian walking a dog. Remember that picture?
I do remember that, yeah.
I think it was that. I want to go too, OG. Let's all go.
That would be fun.
We'll paint it like the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo. Let's do it. I always wanted to do that. Do you remember when we were still with Natasha, I tried to convince her to rent a big RV and do a recliner tour?
Yes.
And she was seriously going to do it.
I know it.
Because she wanted to come to LA to visit, but said that her brain would blow up if she got in a plane. So she would have to drive.
So done with it. You have got to come up sometime and talk about staying at the Myrtles Plantation. That is on my bucket where I would love to go.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you have to look up the Myrtles. That is.
Are they people?
The Myrtles, Myrtles.
Are they people?
They were, yes.
Oh, okay. All right, let's see. The Myrtle, what are they? Plantation.
The Myrtles Plantation. I don't think that the Myrtles wasn't really their name. I believe they were let me see if I can remember. I don't remember.
Okay, hold on.
I think the wife's name was Sarah Matilda or something. Woodruff, maybe? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Seriously, so done with it? Your shoes went missing? Oh my gosh.
Are you serious?
That is awesome. I mean, it sucks that you lost your shoes, but it's cool that you had something happen.
Okay, here's something about it. It says it's the most terrifying place in America.
Yep.
Here, all right, let's see what this woman has to say.
All right, I'll mute.
Keep It Quilted means you keep it the best. Keep It Quilted means comfort that feels good and does.
Our road trip to horror just gets scarier when we roll into St. Francisville, Louisiana. The antebellum South conjures up a lot of things. History tours, charming gardens, Spanish moss, and mint juleps. But Gone with the Wind, this isn't. Just 30 miles from Baton Rouge, you'll find the Myrtles Plantation in St. Francisville. Don't let the picturesque setting fool you. This is known as the most haunted bed and breakfast in the country. Check in, but don't expect to make it through the night.
The Myrtles Plantation is definitely like the scariest place I've ever been.
So I've seen people actually running back to their cars. There are several people who don't make it through the night, at least once every 2 or 3 weeks.
I'm a little scared, but I'm trying to be brave because we're staying here tonight.
The Myrtles is known to be America's most haunted house.
I'm terrified.
So many guests tell us stories of things that they see or people that they even talk to that should not be here.
It's kind of scary.
The Myrtles was built in 1796 by General David Bradford, leader of the infamous Whiskey Rebellion. After his death, it was home to the general's daughter and her husband, Judge Clark Woodruff. And that's when the Myrtles' killing spree began. As the story goes, Judge Woodruff took as his mistress a young slave named Chloe.
She was caught eavesdropping on some of the family's business. As punishment, Judge Woodruff cut off her left ear.
In revenge, Chloe served the family a poisoned cake. All she wanted to do was make them ill, but instead, she killed the judge's wife and 2 of their children.
After Chloe confessed to the poisoning, she was hung.
And to this day, the ghosts of the murdered Woodruff family and Chloe herself are said to roam these unholy grounds. Rocking chairs on the veranda rock on their own. There are handprints on the mirror that refuse to be wiped away. A piano plays softly, but when guests look for the pianist, no one is there.
I worked here for over 20 some years. Before I worked here, no, I did not believe in ghosts. But after working here, yes, I'm convinced that there are ghosts.
About 6 months after I'd started, I was right there by the register. Out of the corner of my eye, I see a champagne flute shoot off the rack with so much force that it broke off of the mirror. I tried to recreate it, being the skeptic I am, and I wasn't able to.
A haunted happy hour? Terrifying. But there's nothing creepier than ghost children.
I have been tugged on before, always in the same place. And from having children and grandchildren, it's that tight pull. You could even feel the little fingers. And I've experienced that more than once.
You may even meet the infamous Chloe herself when you least expect it.
As far as people seeing Chloe, she can show up at any time. It's not like I want to see a certain person. She's just there. And she's very often seen on the front of the house. The little breezeway where it separates the 2 buildings. We have photographs where she's been seen there. In fact, the present owner took a shot. And we believe it's Chloe because of the turban and the way she's dressed.
Believe it or not, there are countless people brave enough to visit the Myrtles for a tour of the ghostly grounds.
This room is the most psychic center of the house.
Come all the way from Australia to experience this.
A few hardy souls even stay the night.
Hi, welcome to the Myrtles. Can I help you? Yeah, we need a room for 2, and we want to do the mystery tour.
This very evening, Joy and Matthew have decided to put the most haunted B&B in America to the test.
Chloe was hung from the chandelier in the room above this one, weighted down with bricks, and tossed into the Mississippi River. Having saying all that, Matt and Joy, that's the room y'all staying in. They say the chandelier in their room starts to rock and flicker back and forth. I want to let you both of y'all know that's the most active room inside the house.
Now it's time for Betty Bye. Good night. Sleep tight. Hope you make it through the night.
That is so cool. I would
Oh
love
my
that.
gosh.
Did you see what So Done With It said? They didn't get much sleep. They heard loud banging all night, but the people in the room next to them heard no banging. They heard music.
Are you kidding?
That looks like a cool place to go to. That's on my bucket list for sure.
She said she had a picture from there and there's a face in the mirror.
Yes, that's so cool.
All right, I'm being dead serious right now. We need to do a channel trip. We should pick a month and a date and do a sign up and all meet and stay a night there.
That would be amazing. Oh my God.
Seriously, we could plan it for months from now.
Yeah.
And go and we book a room or 2 rooms and go as a group, whoever wants to go.
Yeah.
I'd just do it for even if it's just a weekend. Yes, OG, why? Did something happen, honey? Oh, you just want to do it. You can do it and then undo it. Oh, the banging was like furniture being thrown. Horribly loud. Oh, I need to watch another video. Because they cut that off. That was the end of that video. I wanted to see if anything happened in that room. But let me see if I can find something on the swinging chandelier room.
That is so cool.
Whoops, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, Leanne. Go ahead, keep talking, hon.
That.
Yeah, that would be fun if we did that. We could stream it live. You know what I mean? All right, I'm gonna see if we can find a video on. Oh shit! Sorry, guys. Okay, let's see. We got Overnight in Haunted Myrtles Plantation, Children of the Mirror. Oh hell no! Exploring the Haunted Myrtles Plantation, we found something creepy. This is unbelievable what we caught on camera. This guy said we're never coming back to this plantation.
Did you see that? So Done With It said her husband was ready to leave at 5 a.m.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me change the title here. So what was the name of that? The Myrtle Plantation Chloe room, did they say? Chloe's room with the chandelier. Let me see. I'm going to put in Myrtle Plantation ghost footage and see if it gives me different options. I want to see somebody's video. Can we do this one, Leanne? It says unbelievable what we caught on camera.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is, but yeah.
It says you have to see this. Hopefully it's not clickbait.
Right.
All right, I'll play it. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Today.
That thing attached to her hand? That's some good ass squid glue.
When was the last time you had this much fun at the movies?
That's what we do on Juneteenth.
The Blackening, rated R.
Discover La Roche-Posay Anthelios Fluid Lightweight Sunscreen by La Roche-Posay.
All right, guys, we're here at the Myrtles tonight, and it's probably not a very good night because it's been raining, and we're trying to not be in the rain. There's a lot of people here. They're actually up by the main house, but this is one of the areas that they tell you that a ghost or an apparition has been spotted on quite a few times. It's a bridge that crosses over part of this pond down to a gazebo. So we're going to come in here, see if we see anything. We're going to do a spirit box session and see if we can pick up anything. A lot of ducks just hanging out. All right, I'm going to run the K2 meter and see if we can pick up anything in the area. Right here is where they say that the apparition's been spotted. Not picking up anything right now. All right, let's go ahead and turn the spirit box on and see if we can come up with anything. Are there any spirits here that want to talk to us? If you have anything to tell us or you want to talk, just feel free to speak and we'll be able to pick up your voice. Are there any spirits here that want to talk? If so, can you tell us who you are? All right, let's move over to the bridge.
Pella fiberglass windows, tested for extremes, designed for your home.
These are those rhombohedron crystals in your pineal gland. When those crystals become electrically activated, all of a sudden,
All right, are there any spirits here that want to talk to us? We know someone's been spotted on the bridge, and whoever you are, feel free to talk to us. All right, if nobody wants to talk, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. All right, we didn't get too much here in this area. Whenever some of the people clear out, we're going to head up to the front of the house. All right, that footage you just saw was the only actual video that I got done during this trip to the Myrtles. And the reason was, like I stated earlier, it had been raining all afternoon and it rained most of the time that we were here. And in addition to that, there were a lot of people. Now, the Myrtles is always busy in October, being that close to Halloween. And I've been there several times in October, and I had never seen the crowds like they were on this night. So with the crowds around, we found we just weren't able to do the video like we wanted. and we weren't really able to use the spirit box around the front of the house and the side of the house where a lot of ghosts had been seen. So I was definitely disappointed that I couldn't do what I wanted to do. And my wife and her friend had taken the tour that night, and I've taken the tour quite a few times, but tonight I really just wanted to focus on making a video. So when they were done with the tour, they came out to get a few pictures. And, you know, I thought, well, I'm just going to have to reschedule this video, and I do plan on going back in November, but I'm going to show you some of the things that my wife and her friend caught in some photos. Now, this photo right here is one that my wife took. And look close on the porch right above the steps. And you'll see what appears to be an apparition or someone kind of sitting there. Well, there was no one on the porch. As a matter of fact, the porch is off limits. And as you can see, it looks a lot like there's someone sitting up there. This photo here is one that her friend had taken. And again, I'm going to show you what appears to be a shadow figure, this time at the bottom of the steps. Now, these photos were taken right within probably a minute of each other. So this could be the same thing as we saw just a second ago sitting on top. I don't know, but there was definitely no one here. Now, this photo right here, if you don't believe in ghosts, after seeing this, I think it may very well change your mind. This was the photo that my wife took. And you'll see that when she took it, there was only one person in the photo, and that's the person on the left side wearing the red shirt. And you see what appears to be a little girl kind of looking at that person. And I know for a fact that there was a little girl who died here. I think she was about 8 years old of scarlet fever, and people have seen her. So I applied a couple filters on here to help with the contrast, to let you see that I don't know how anyone could dispute what this is. So guys, you know, I think that we've got something really good here with this photo. And if this isn't actual proof, I don't know what is.
Holy fuck.
Pretty cool.
Oh my God.
Wouldn't that be awesome to get that stuff in photos?
There's no denying that. Like, even the outfit.
Yeah.
You can even see the bow in her hair.
Yep.
Oh my God, guys. I got the chills.
It's wild, isn't it?
Holy shit.
Did you see up in the chat what So Done With It was saying about her shoes?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is.
I can't get over that picture, guys.
So
yes.
That's what I thought also, that 2 little girls died there because that was the Woodruff's kids, because if I remember right, Chloe put oleander in the cake mix and accidentally poisoned them, and the little girls and the mom died.
Why did she do that?
She was just going to try to make them sick so she could show what a valuable servant she was. That was the story that I've read and heard.
Oh, she was a servant girl.
Yeah, she was a slave.
Yeah, I read I'm So Done With It. That's crazy. So Done With It said that, like, she met somebody who was staying there and left because their blankets got real tight around her in the bed.
They were being tucked in. I would say thank you.
Oh my God. Well, if we do this trip, I'm telling you right now, you're sleeping in the same bed with me.
Okay. I won't let anything happen because it won't scare me.
I want somebody on each side of me, though, so I'm going to be in the middle.
You don't want
is
to be like up against
crazy.
the wall or anything, so no ghost can peek its head through the wall at you or something.
Yes, no, I have to be in the middle. In the middle. I told you what happened to me at my college.
Yes.
She wanted to nurse them back to health and be a hero. Aww.
And she killed them.
And she got her ear cut off, 71 said.
Yeah, for eavesdropping.
That poor little girl. Oh my God, I can't get over that picture. Do you guys think that's real, or do you think he edited that?
I think it's real. It would have to be a darn good edit, but I think it looks real to me.
So Donald said if you leave during the night, you have to go back to Baton Rouge for a room. There's only one motel within miles. I'll sleep in the car off grounds on the side of the highway. Mine is real and there's a face. I want to see it, so done with it. OG said she doesn't spoon, she runs hot. Somebody's sleeping in bed with me and Leanne. I have to be in the middle. We'll get a king-size bedroom. Oh. If something will happen, it'll happen to me.
I hope it does, because I want to see what happens.
I know it will. I told you what happened. Like, I went to an all-girls Catholic college, and it used to be an old nunnery. The dorm room, the dorm building I was in was called the Old Administration Building, and it was a church and a convent all in one, and it was over 100 years old. And I told you, I roomed with, the rooms were so big, there were 4 people rooms. And it was all original. Everything in it, the woodwork, the window, the stained glass, and the window, everything was original. And the 2 of the roommates, it was me and my best friend. We went to the same college. And then 2 of our roommates, there were 4 of us, and they were complete at Karens. Like goody two-shoe, couldn't stand them. Like never missed a class. Went to bed at 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? Them types. Couldn't swear. They thought, they were just goody ass two-shoes.
Right.
And the one woke up and screaming in the middle of the night. And we jumped up and was like, what? And she said that there was somebody standing over top my bed looking at me. And at first she thought it was me out of bed, just standing in front of my bed. And then when she looked at the bed, saw me sleeping, and there was a spirit standing there watching me. I swear to God to you, I made my mom and dad come and pick me up that night. And then I couldn't switch dorm rooms, and we had to get through a whole year. So I made my best friend sleep in bed with me in a twin dorm bed every night. Every night I made her sleep in bed with me. And then we got cramped a lot, so I made her move her bed next to mine, and we pushed them together. And I slept like that the rest of the year.
That's so funny.
And then my sophomore year, we got an apartment because I was not living in that haunted attic. I'm telling all kinds of shit happened in that building.
Creepy.
It's probably because I locked the nuns in the elevator.
Oh my God, you did?
Didn't I tell this story on the channel?
Not that I remember.
Oh, yeah. I was a freshman, and I got voted most mischievous in my high school class. So I was mischievous. So the nunnery, the convent wasn't in that building anymore. They had a new building, and it was on campus, but far away. But the nuns had to come down to the old administration building to the chapel every day for prayer hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were mean. They were mean little freaking penguins. And they came every day at 11. And it happened to be the same time that the cafeteria would open. And when I tell you everything in the building was original, it was even the elevators were one of those old school where it had a grate on the outside, like a cage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had to shut it or the elevator wouldn't run.
Right.
And then the inner doors would shut. The inner doors would shut first, and then the cage would shut. So when you got into the elevator, you had to shut the cage, and then the automatic doors would go after you step back. So One day, the nuns come over for prayer. They get into the elevator. They shut the cage. The door's shut, and they start going up to the chapel. I freaking opened the cage, and it stopped the elevator in between floors.
Oh my God.
And we ran like hell. And someone narked on me. But anyway, yeah, I did that. So I think the ghost came to me because I was bad.
Probably. What did your parents say? Did they notify your parents?
Oh, I was always getting my parents called. So the college I went to had a nun graveyard on site. So in the way that and it was all the exact same headstone. It was a crucifix headstone. And they all were the exact same height, the exact same everything. And they went into a big circle. It was like Pet Cemetery. Everything was in a circle.
Oh, weird.
And it was, yeah. And we would hide behind the crosses and drink in the cemetery because it was a dry campus. So we would go into the cemetery at night, a bunch of us, and just hit the crucifixes were huge. We would sit behind them and drink. And I used to get caught drinking in the cemetery all the time.
Oh, no.
But after like the third time, they made me spend, I almost got thrown out. Like they almost threw me out of school over it. So my punishment was I had to read to all the sick nuns and dying nuns at the convent for the whole entire summer and do arts and crafts with them. So I went home for the summer and my mom and I only lived 20 minutes from campus. My mom and dad had to drive me there every day of the weekdays, not the weekends, for the whole entire summer.
Oh, geez.
To do arts and crafts and stuff with the sick nuns so that I would be allowed back in school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was bad. I was so bad. So Ginger said, you'd be mean too if you had to wear the same hot ass hat. I know. Sexual oppression. Yeah. All that.
So Done With It said, I went to this place called Ravenwood or Raven House years ago, and I saw this pitiful young girl in the bed. I thought she was part of the tour, but my hubby couldn't see her.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
71 said, the Catholic college my sister went to, the nuns were with the priests and had babies that they ended up not keeping. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
There were rumors about that. So one of the legends on our campus was one of the nuns got knocked up by one of the priests. And when it came out, what are they called when you get thrown out of the convent?
Oh, yeah. What's the hell's the word?
I can't remember.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Anybody in chat can think of the name when you get decloaked. Anyway, the rumor was that she hung herself in the old administration building, and she was a nun that was haunting everybody. So if that's who was standing over me, then that was probably her.
She was trying to scare you.
Yes. Excommunicated. That's
Thank you, Heather.
Heather coming out of the blue hasn't chatted for 10 hours with the answer. But anyway, I was really bad.
You and I would have been in some serious trouble together.
Oh, yeah. Like, I'm telling you right now, I was the epitome of the cliche Catholic schoolgirl.
That's hilarious. Did your best friend get in trouble too with you?
Oh, no. My best friend, like you and me, I'm the one in trouble and she never got in trouble. Same thing. It's happened to me my whole life.
Oh, my God.
She would be the one to make me do things, and then I would get in trouble.
And
I would
get caught.
I would get caught, and I would tell my mom and dad, Dana made me do it, and they wouldn't believe me because they thought she was sweet and innocent when she was the mastermind. I was just a dumbass that would do it.
Oh, my God.
But I hated nuns because when I was in elementary school, I went to Catholic school my whole life.
Were they mean?
I told you, the one taped my glasses to my head.
Yeah, that's right.
And then Sister Veronica would beat me with a 3-foot ruler.
Ow.
I never seen a ruler that long in my life. It had to have been a 10-foot ruler. She would be up at the chalkboard and just freaking out of nowhere, this damn 20-foot ruler would come down on my hand as hard as hell.
Ow.
She would hit people with that thing every day.
Ew.
And then sister Sample, she would, I had to have glasses. And it was the first year that I had glasses. So I hated them. And people made fun of me because of glasses, like called me four eyes and all that stupid shit. So I would not put them on. And I couldn't see the chalkboard, so I would squint. And she was like, if I have to see you squint again, put your glasses on. And I would listen to her because I was terrified of her. So I would put them on, but then I would take them off like 10 minutes later and start squinting again. Mm-hmm. So one day she got so pissed off, this little freaking penguin comes back to me with a roll of tape, like packing tape, and literally put the glasses on my face in front of the whole class, held them there and taped around my head about 4 times. And I couldn't even see through the lenses because of the tape.
That's terrible.
And I had to sit the whole day like that.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was a yardstick, Ginger. I had a typical Christiane moment.
And here I'm so tired. I'm like, oh yeah, that. My God.
Yeah, it was a yardstick. Here I am. I'm like, I never saw a roller that long in my life.
Oh my God.
So ever since then, I was terrified of nuns. I sought my revenge when I got in college, locked them in the elevator. Yes, that was me, OG. That's what I look like. They were brutal. They were awful. I never met a nice nun in my entire life. Not one of them were nice.
Narked on you for locking them in the elevator like that.
One of the little goody two-shoes saw me and told on me. It wasn't my group of friends. It was some little goody two-shoe. I forget. Her name was Kim, I think. Yeah. School was full of goody two-shoes.
You're like, you better shut up before I lock you in the elevator too.
I was so upset I was so embarrassed when I got caught. I had to go to dorm court. I had to go to an actual trial. They put me on trial.
God.
And I had to go in and get questioned, and the judge, the freaking dean was the judge, and they deemed me guilty, and my punishment was arts and crafts with the nuns.
Wow.
Yes, an actual trial. I went on trial.
So did your mom and dad, did you get yelled at big time?
I was grounded for like 2 months.
I bet. Yeah, I can't see them being too thrilled.
Yeah. They were like, in the history of this college, we've only had one instance in 20 years where somebody was drinking alcohol. And I'm like, well, you haven't had me.
You're like, well, now you have. So there you go.
I know, 71, I was bad. And the only reason why we drank in the cemetery is because the only place we could hide from security. They had so much security. You know, and it was an all-girls campus. So you know what you know how the frats have to do like rush week and the pledges have to do all the crazy shit to get into the frat? Well, we would get, from the University of Pittsburgh, we would get naked boys running through the parking lot every weekend. So one of the things that they would do is freaking strip one of the pledges down and drop them off in the parking lot and leave them there butt ass naked. So you would see butt ass naked boys running holding their schlongs, trying to cover their schlongs up.
That's hilarious.
All the time. They were always getting picked up by security. Ginger said, I did volunteer work at a convent with my mother's. Those nuns were mean. I went in expecting Sister Maria from The Sound of Music and met nuns like, yes, they were mean mugging. It's a requirement to be fucking miserable if you're a nun.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a ghost nun after me.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that girl was like literally screamed bloody terror. We all woke up and jumped up like we thought someone broke in. We didn't know what the hell happened.
Wow. Did
Yeah.
she ever see it again?
No. No. Never again.
Creepy.
It was, yeah, why was it after me? I'm telling you, all the shit happens to me. That's why if we go on the trip, I'm sleeping in the middle.
So, and then watch the ghost will appear on the bed right over you.
I'll sleep with my head down in the pillow.
You'll be covering up your head.
My head will be, all will be sticking out of my nose holes.
Yeah.
And that's what I did in college too. When after that happened, I would cover my head up and just have my nose out so I could breathe.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I have lots of stories. You
Yes,
know that. I really do have a lot of stories. People probably think I make this shit up. I swear I don't.
I believe you.
I would never make that up.
I'm just laughing. I'm tired, but I'm still laughing.
Yeah. I locked like 20 nuns in an elevator. No, there was about 7 of them.
Oh my God.
So done with it said, you definitely don't want to sleep near me because something will shortly happen. Oh, God. You are way wrong on that. Any totally insane thing that has happened to me will never happen to anyone else. I can imagine. What did the nun say about the ghost? We didn't tell the nuns. We told our residential director. And she just laughed and said, oh, what do you hear the stomping in the middle of the night? And I'm like, what are you talking about, the stomping in the middle of the night? I found out quickly after that, you would hear people running up and down the floor above us, but nobody stayed up there. It was under renovation.
Oh, interesting.
And then sometimes it would sound like a bowling ball was going down the floor from up there.
Weird.
It was 5th floor admin. I was on 4th floor admin. And there was a time when we were down in the courtyard in the middle of the night studying. There was a group of maybe 5 of us. And it was in the middle of the night, say 1 a.m. And we were going up the steps to our dorm rooms to go to bed. And we were being loud, obnoxious girls up the stairwell. And I was the last one in the line, of course. That's why I make sure I'm always in the middle of anything anymore. Right behind us, all you heard was shh, so loud it echoed through the stairwell. We all turned around at the same time, expecting to see a nun. There was not a soul there. Not a soul.
I bet you
Not a
took
soul.
run.
Huh?
Did you take off running?
I fucking jumped over bodies. I knocked bitches out the way. A couple of them fell for me. Yes. I went from the back of the line to the front of the line in a millisecond. And then another time we were down in the courtyard, and I'm telling you, even the courtyard was not untouched. Like everything was original, you know?
Yeah.
The stones in the courtyard was like old brick, like the flooring, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was old brick, and then there was a brick hallway in between the courtyard and the mail room. And me and Dana, my best friend, were down there one night. I think we were sneak smoking, to be honest with you. So we were smoking, and it had to be 1 or 2 in the morning again. And we were sneaking, so we were trying to be really, really quiet. And all you heard was footsteps of clunky heels, like clunky heel footsteps outside on the brick coming down the hallway. And I'm like, shit, we're about to get caught. I'm always caught. We're getting caught. And then it just passed the door. So I peeked through the window because they had like windows, like archway windows. I peeked. There was nobody there. Not a soul.
Crazy.
Yeah. There's all kinds of crazy hauntings there.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I wasn't going to tell the nun I saw a ghost.
No, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, they're mean. Them nuns don't play. And they live forever. I don't know if anybody else noticed that. Those nuns live forever.
Yeah, they do.
Sister Veronica, the one with the yardstick, had to have been 100.
Oh,
and she was like 3 feet tall.
And meaner than hell.
Hmm?
And meaner than hell.
Yeah. She beat me with that stick every day.
Yikes.
Then I stole the Eucharist from church.
Oh my God.
Just got thrown out of, that was in elementary school. I just got thrown out of my Catholic elementary school. I I hated the way the Eucharist tasted, and we had to go to church every Thursday and take communion and do all that. And I hated it. I hated the way it tasted. I didn't want to take it. So I would take it, put it in my pocket. And I showed somebody in class, or my parents found it, or no, my parents didn't find it. One of the nuns found out, and I can't remember because I was little how it went, but they found out. They called my parents, called them in the office, sat me in the middle of them, and started to tell my parents that they were starting, that I was blasphemous. And I'm like a little kid. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I was desecrating the Holy Ghost and like all this crazy shit. I must got because I stole the Eucharist. I was not a good Italian Catholic girl.
I bet your mom and dad were just like, "Oh my God, what am I gonna do?"
I got my ass beat for that one. Actually, my mom beat my ass, like spanked.
Did your dad cuss in Italian?
Yes, and I got grounded for that too. I spent most of my life grounded.
You and me both. Mine was because I had a big fat mouth that got me in trouble all the time.
Oh, I know. You know what? I remembered a little bit more of the story. Because I didn't want to get because they said I was stealing. So I tried to make an excuse up. So my excuse was that I wasn't stealing it. I was saving it because I have an altar in my bedroom. And that I have a statue of Mary and Jesus and a rosary, and I keep the Eucharist in a bowl under Mary in my altar in my bedroom. So when they were in the office, they were telling my parents that they needed to take me to get mental help.
Oh my God.
That no child should have an altar in their bedroom. That's why. Because I didn't want to get accused of stealing, so I made up that story.
Yes.
And my mom's like, she doesn't have an altar in her bedroom. There's no altar in her. She doesn't need mental help. She's just making that up. And they didn't believe her. They thought I really had an altar.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. I know. So done with it. They were telling my parents that. They weren't telling. They were like, I was in the office when they called my parents. So they were speaking to them more than me. But yeah, they thought I was nuts because I had an altar. But I didn't have an altar. OG said I was bad too, but if my dad caught me coming home when he was leaving for work, he'd wave. That's how my dad was.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right. Well, what time is it? It's 12 o'clock.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's 5 after 2 here. So yeah.
That means it's 5 after 3 for 71.
Yeah, for some of them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, tomorrow's our members only. No, not tomorrow. Sunday is our members only.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a gift card giveaway.
Yep.
And surprise content.
Yep.
We think you guys will like. And I was supposed to sell my jewelry tomorrow on MRB's channel, but my husband bought tickets to a movie and I didn't know about it until I already committed to MRB, so now I can't do that. So I have to go to the movie because he already bought the tickets. In LA, we have a place called AMC Dine-In. I don't know if anybody else has those, but it's a 21 and over theater in Marina Del Rey, and the seats are actual recliners.
Yeah,
you have a little side. You do,
Yep.
yeah. So we have a little side table where you can order food and they bring it to you. And we're part of we have the AMZ A-lister membership where you pay $21 a month and you can see 3 free movies a week and you get 20% off concessions and you can pre-book your tickets through there. So he loves to pre-book tickets without telling me.
Oh,
Does it all the time. And then the night before he's like, oh, well, we're going to the movie tomorrow at 7. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do that.
No.
I know I'm not allowed to go there 71 because I'm on a sub grab.
That's right.
You're not a member, so done with it? What happened?
What?
How did that happen?
That's weird.
How's that even possible?
Is it possible that the gift memberships?
Oh, that's probably what happened, guys.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. No, OG, it's just, really cool jewelry that I have I have so much jewelry. I showed Leanne. It's beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
And I love auctions, so I was going to participate. I think what happened so done with it is Hemi was here a lot. He would buy. How do you do that? You buy members. You donate memberships.
Gift memberships.
Gift memberships. He would gift a bunch of memberships, and they run out. So if you don't, I think it's only for 1 month when you get gifted a membership. So if you don't renew it, then it'll go away. So that's probably what happened.
That would be the only thing that I could think of.
Yeah, it was. I know it was that because he bought like 30 gift memberships.
Yeah, he bought quite a few.
So if you guys still want to be a member, you have to go renew it or it'll cancel out. I will, OG. It was supposed to be tomorrow. She didn't set the time for it yet. So if she sets it for earlier in the day, then I'll still do it. But if it's at like in the evening, I won't be able to because the movie's at 7.
Right.
And then I think she does them every Saturday, doesn't she, Leanne?
Saturday and Wednesday.
So if I don't do tomorrow, then I'll do Wednesday.
There you go.
Yeah. I have so much jewelry. It just sits there. I have 5 jewelry boxes. I told you guys I have OCD. I have freaking 20 drawers of socks, 3 drawers of underwear, 5,000 jewelry boxes. Like I get on a topic or a thing, and then I get obsessed. I need therapy. 71 was supposed to be my therapist, but she didn't call me. It probably did run out at midnight. Yeah.
That's the only thing that I can think of anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how many members we have at the moment. Actually, let me check. Hold on. Because if a lot of them expired, going by what So Done With It just said, then
right.
Let me check. I have to go to YouTube Studio for that, right?
I think so.
I still don't know how to work our YouTube well. Okay, so I go into our channel. Oh, no, I wouldn't go into our channel. I would go into YouTube Studio. All right, YouTube Studio. Let's see. Membership. See all members. Okay, let's see. Members. We have 30 members.
Okay.
Let me see. So Done With It's on here. Yeah, So Done With It. You're not on here anymore, so that has to be what happened, hun.
Yeah.
Enchanted still on here. I miss Enchanted.
Me too.
Does anybody know what happened to Enchanted? It says we have a total of 40 members, but I'm only seeing 30 on our list. So that it probably just didn't update. So we probably lost 10 members tonight because of Hemi's.
Yeah, that was my guess.
All expired. Yeah, I don't want to read all the members' names because I don't know if they're mad at me for doing that.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, well, actually, we had 3 cancellations in the last month.
Yes, OG Fish, we can. That's just what it's funny. OG Fish just asked that. Can you see when someone unsubscribes? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you can.
Yeah, you can see how many. It doesn't tell you who. But if you have a small membership list like we have, then we can figure out who it was. So we pissed off 3 people. Who canceled their membership. Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Well, that's too bad. But
yeah. I mean, so, some people have financial problems too. So
I know
it doesn't necessarily mean it's
yeah.
bad.
That's very true.
Because, like, I don't know, there's a lot of people like me or not. I have like 5 channels I pay memberships for. And even though it's like $1.99 or whatever, it adds up by the end of the month.
Add up. Yeah. Oh, OG Fish said, and Shannon said she was dipping out. Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. I really missed her.
You're right, Ginger. She said, oh, well, you can't please them all. That's
yeah, no. I really, when I was telling Leanne this last night, I love all of you guys. Like, I'm so happy. We don't get a lot in here, and I don't care. We do when I'm doing drama. Like, anytime we do drama, we have, like, other day, 150, whatever. But I don't want to do drama. That's why I laugh when people would think that I'm on a sub grab. We purposely don't do drama. We purposely, if I wanted us to build up and build up and build up, we would just do drama all the time.
Yep.
It's that simple.
Exactly.
But I'd rather have fun with, like we do. I laugh so much with you guys. My stomach hurts sometimes.
Oh, Heather. We love you guys too.
We love you too. And I really do. Like, I was telling Leanne this yesterday when we got off on the afternoon live we had with the penis egg maker thingy. My ribs were hurting. I'm like, I just really love our people. I really love our channel and our subscribe. I like really, really love you guys. I'm not trying to sound like a weirdo. You know what I mean? But
it's so nice to have a group of people like are in here right now that we can share stories and just laugh and have fun, not have drama.
And I just feel like I can be myself. I know I can be annoying and weird and shit, but I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it with we always get the same 20 to 30 people no matter what, and they stay and have a good time, and we know who they are, and you're all in here now, plus a few others of our regulars that aren't here now, but I think we're all must think alike because we all laugh our asses off together. Yeah.
OG Fish says, stop disappearing.
I know. We won't
be. We're not going anywhere. There may be times where our life gets really crazy and we may be like we were 10 days or so. What was it about that? Close to that, that we weren't on, but we're coming back.
Yeah. And that was only because of me, because my son was graduating from high school. So, and I had to cover for my boss, and I
had family stuff going on too. So it wasn't just you. So
I know, but you were ready to go live. You kept saying you want to go live, and I couldn't because I was so busy. But when shit like that happens,
sometimes life is just busy.
Yeah, I was really busy with his graduation.
I know it. I bet you're relieved that's over.
Oh God. What was really cool though? So my husband got home from work today, and he's like, "Hey, I'm in the mood for ice cream. Let's go downtown and grab an ice cream." So we drive downtown, and I couldn't believe it. While we're driving there, on all the lampposts, they put big, beautiful banners. You know how, like, at holidays, they put banners up, or downtowns put up banners about, see it commemorative, whatever. They had my son's pic. They put all the graduates on every light post on a beautiful banner. And Quincy had his own light post.
That's cool.
Yeah, okay, OG, you're right. We can start doing that. So done with it. I have a different channel, but it's not a comedy. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we were going to try that kind of channel where we just did commentary and recorded everything and didn't have a chat. But then we decided against it because we wouldn't get to talk to everyone.
Yeah.
But, yeah, next time we get busy, OG, that's a good idea. We'll put something up.
Definitely. I like the way you put the picture of Millie up there.
Yeah, Millie wanted to say hi with all the bullshit that was going on. I'm like, just when you think things are so bad, just remember you can have a smushed in face, a underbite, and not be able to wipe your eye snots.
Right.
Or your nose snots.
Exactly.
Just run around with snot dripping out of your nose all day. Persians are so fucking high maintenance.
They are.
Oh my God, guys. I have to wipe her face like a little baby at least 20 times a day. And then if I don't, then it'll get crusty and the fur will fall off. It'll get irritated and her fur will fall out of her, like around her eyes and nose. So you have to really clean it. And I have to use a baby wipe to do it because it's a sensitive area. And then I have to brush her twice a day or she'll get mats.
Yep.
So she's so high maintenance. So if you see her with snotty nose once in a while, don't get mad at me. OG already has them issues. My eye boogers are horrendous. I love picking. When I get eye boogers, I love picking them out. I get all excited to get my eye boogers.
Does Millie let you pick her eye boogers, or does
she likes it.
Oh,
she
that's
likes
good.
when I do her face. She smashes her cheek into me so I can. It must feel good. I don't know.
Probably.
She hates to be brushed though. She screams and bitches. My brother has a light post in MDR too, but it's because he rolled and took one.
Oh no.
I took out a half of a telephone pole once.
Whoops.
It was my first time I was allowed to take the car out after I learned how to drive. I was 16.
Oh my God.
And I begged my dad to let me take the car to school, and we had a pep assembly that day. And I was a cheerleader. And on pep assembly days, you wore your uniform to school all day.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to be, and I remember before I was like, when I was a freshman, I would see the seniors, cheerleaders driving to school together in their uniforms. And I used to be so like envious. I wanted to be them. So when I got my license and I was a cheerleader, I begged them. I'm like, please, Dad, let me pick my friends up and take them to school. I'll drive slow and everything else. Don't you know I freaking totaled the car the first time he ever let me take it.
Shit.
Yep. I had a car full of cheerleaders. I took a bend too wide and ran up over the sidewalk into somebody's front yard and hit the telephone pole.
Oh, no.
I wasn't going really fast, though. You know, thank God. But my best friend, Dana, the same one I had talked about earlier, had to go to the emergency room. She had whiplash. I messed up her neck.
Oh, shit.
But nobody else got hurt. I got grounded. I wasn't allowed to drive for like 6 months.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Like, how you going to ground me? I almost died. Like, I totaled the car on the first day you ever let me take it on purpose.
Right.
You know?
God.
But I was acting. The reason I did it is because I was acting like I was hot shit. We had the music blasting, and I wasn't really. I'm trying to drive with one hand, acting like I was, you know, hot shit.
Of course.
And with no driving experience, didn't realize I took the freaking curb too wide. Instead of hitting the brake and doing that, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I panicked and just let the car hit a pole.
Oh, God. Your poor parents.
I am crazy.
I think it's funny. Are you getting your payback now with your children?
No, I have very good. You know that.
They
My
are
kids
good
are
kids.
so
They're
good.
very good kids.
One time I led my parents on a high-speed chase throughout my hometown for an hour until the guy almost ran out of gas.
Oh,
So,
my God.
I begged my parents to let me stay. Well, I didn't beg. I told my parents I was spending the night at my best friend Dana's because she lived 5 houses up from me. And, you know, if she wasn't at my house, I was at hers. So our whole plan was my parents were way stricter than hers. So I would have never been able to leave my house at 10 p.m. and go to the store or somewhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Dana spent the night at my house and we were in for the night. Whereas at her house, her mom and dad didn't give a shit what we did. So I often would spend a night at her house because we could sneak out.
Right.
So, well, I could sneak out. She didn't have to sneak out. So we wanted to meet these two boys. And the one boy was like really popular. I was a sophomore, I think, or a freshman. And he was a senior and he had a red Jeep Wrangler. And he was the hottest shit in high school because it was Tony. His name was Tony. Tony Altieri with the red Jeep Wrangler. You know what I mean? And he liked me. And he had a friend. So we were sneaking out to meet Tony. And we both had, me and Dana have brothers the exact same age who were also friends. So my brother was with her brother, went into Dana's room and saw we weren't in there, and called. We actually put pillows under the covers too to make it look like bodies and turned the lights out because we knew my brother was going to be there. I know, we were stupid. So anyway, he sees we're not there and tells my mom and dad. And here's me and Dana out gallivanting in the Jeep. The two boys were in the front. Dana and I were in the back. And this Lincoln Continental, I'll never forget it. We were at a red light. And I see this Lincoln Continental pulling up behind us in the rearview mirror. And it's 11, 12 o'clock at night. And I said, Dana, is that my mom and dad? Don't turn around. She's like, well, how am I supposed to know if I can't turn around? And I'm like, look in the mirror. And she goes, yep, I see your dad's head. I'm like, oh my fucking God. So I said, Tony, drive. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, that's my mom and dad. I'm going to get my ass beat. Just drive. And he was going 100 miles an hour around my hometown. And my dad was following right behind on the heels of us, like for an hour, all over the place, just chasing us. And I would not let this boy stop. I'm like, don't stop. I'm going to get my ass beat. Then finally he gave up and stopped. And my dad came up to the Jeep and no, it was my mother. My mother came up to the Jeep and pulled me out by my hair in front of the boys. Out by my hair.
Oh my God.
Out over. You couldn't even like, you know how like Jeep Wranglers, you could take the front doors off, but not the back?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Up over the back by my hair in front of these boys. He never talked to me again after that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. OG said I hit a car on the opposite side of the street on a 5 because she got high. That's hard to do, too, OG. Oh, I can't. All right, I'm done. I'm just tired.
Me too. I'm ready to go to bed.
You guys know my whole damn life story pretty much.
I love it. You have the best stories to tell.
Oh, like, wait. So Done With It said her kid totaled her car 6 weeks after they bought it. Oh, my God. See, my parents didn't buy me a car. I totaled my dad's car that he let me take to school.
I had to buy my own damn car. I wasn't allowed to drive. I guess they thought after my brother that they probably better make me buy my own because if I wrecked it, then that would be my problem. God.
Oh my, listen to this. OG said it. Then my friend and I were trying to decide if we should just leave a note. 71 Spam and barbecue chips. You know, that's like a common meal in the Philippines. When you go to McDonald's in the Philippines, they don't have hamburgers. They're Spam burgers.
Ew.
Yeah.
I got food poisoning from Spam when I was a little girl. I'll never forget this. Oh, my grandma gave it to me, and she, remember what I said, her sight was not that well. So
yeah, it was green.
Apparently it was green and she didn't know it. And I got so sick.
Yeah,
and my mom and dad felt really bad. I mean, they weren't mad at her because she, you know, bless her heart, she was trying.
Yeah.
So, but oh gosh, and I've never touched it since because I remember that.
Yeah. That would ruin me for Spam.
Yeah.
I didn't mind Spam. I had to eat it in the Philippines. It was not, I didn't, you know.
Yeah.
When we just wanted something quick, that's what they had. It was Spam everywhere. So I asked, the reason we were in the Philippines is Bella was filming a TV show. And we had she was like famous in the Philippines. We actually had fucking paparazzi.
Oh, wow.
Following her there. So anyway, we had 2 production people assigned to us that had to drive us around wherever we wanted to go, like shopping on our days off and shit.
Yeah.
And so I asked the driver, I'm like, why is there Spam everywhere? Like, that's all you guys eat pretty much. You know, other than the normal Philippine culture.
Right.
Food. And he said it's from one of the wars that when the American soldiers were over there, they would ship it in for the soldiers and it just stuck with the Filipino people.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yep.
71 says she loves Spam.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was talking about it.
I have
Sam
often
is
said I
hard.
would try it again, but I still haven't been brave enough to after that. I don't know, maybe someday.
So done with it. Says she drove to another state and got her girl a new car. After that. That is spoiled. That's sweet.
Yes.
Though.
It is sweet.
Okay, I'm going to bed.
Me
Good night.
too. Good night, everybody.
Have a good. We won't see you tomorrow, so we'll see you Sunday.
Have a good rest of your night. Thanks for being
Yes.
here.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.